story.
Ms. Boluarte was summoned to defend herself at a late-night session, but did not appear. So proceedings moved rapidly, and she was out of a job a short time later. She'd become president in December 2022, when the man she was vice president to was ousted and arrested after he attempted to dissolve Congress. But she became deeply unpopular, with accusations of personal enrichment and cracking down on protest. Accusations that she took 2 weeks off to get a nose job didn't help.
2 people have been killed following a 7.4 magnitude earthquake in the southern Philippines. Towns near the epicenter suffered structural damage. The authorities have warned of strong aftershocks. There are reports of damage to homes, buildings and bridges. For any news stories you would like to share with us, please do send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +27 11 714 4459. For Channel Africa News, I'm Jolani Tulo Wepe.
SABC News. The African Perspective.
Well, it's gone officially 5 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African time. Good afternoon and welcome to The Upside on Channel Africa, the African perspective with Tebogo, Lekhuleni and Mmatsheko, Mosito, coming to you live from the Auckland Park Studios in Johannesburg, South Africa. Happy Friday to you and yours. Thank you so much for tuning in. Catch us live on our social media platforms at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok. DSTV, it's channel 802, OpenView, channel 628. And as always, you can download that SABC Plus app so you can take us with you wherever you go on your Android or your iOS device. And if you'd like to revisit some of our conversations, go to www.channelafrica.co.za. It's a good afternoon to you, Mmatsheko Mosito. How you doing?
What it do? What's up?
Happy Friday to you.
Happy Friday to you too.
We officially stopped doing the Shorts Friday. I don't know when we stopped. We must bring it back. The weather has been... The weather has not allowed us lately to do the Shorts Friday. Last week we were not here. I think the previous week it was a bit chilly.
Yeah, I was worried about today as well, actually.
Yeah, same here.
Today
so I was
very worrisome.
Yeah, so we'll bring it back when it gets a bit warmer. Right? And maybe next week it will be quite a hot Friday when we can wear shorts.
I anticipate that you are correct.
Thank you
that
very
it
much.
will be hot enough to wear shorts. But listen, if you are in a hot part of the continent, I was checking out the weather temperatures. I know that Nigeria is pretty hot. I know that Ethiopia is hot. Addis is experiencing warm weather. Where else? I think Kampala as well, in Uganda.
Okay.
There's warm weather. So listen, you're welcome to share your shorts pictures. If you happen to catch this broadcast live, we would love to see you in some shorties.
Yeah, shorts, your shorts. Do you think it's hot in Ghana at the moment?
Ghana, actually, Accra is
Accra.
Always pretty warm, hey?
Okay,
Accra,
okay.
Dar es Salaam, in Tanzania, very warm places on the continent. Maputo, comme ci, comme ça. You just don't know them.
You never know
You
that.
never know.
Tell you what, Ghana specifically, because we've got a Ghanaian superstar joining us this afternoon by the name of Stone Boy. He's currently doing a media run in South Africa. He's currently in South Africa because he's going to be shooting a music video. Is it in South Africa? Yeah, he'll be shooting it in South Africa because right now, as it stands, he's currently shooting or getting ready to shoot a music video with Zambian artist Yo Maps. And we'll talk to him about his current album, The Torture, and the tour thereof. I also want to touch base with him about his collaborations at Once Upon a Time with Mikasa, one of my favorite songs. My problem is that it didn't blow up. That song did not blow up. And I heard it for the first time last year when they released it. And I was like, yeah, this is a bang-up.
Is it too late? I don't think
how come it didn't catch on? I don't know.
I really don't think it's too late. I think we've still got an opportunity to make the pots, to make sure that the song travels as far and wide as it should.
100%. Because, I mean, listen, nowadays you don't even need to have had a song go viral immediately after release.
Totally.
It can go viral after a couple of months. And because of social media now, if we were to start playing that particular song that I'm talking about and make it go viral on social media,
which we are going to do.
Yeah, who knows? It will climb on the charts. It will climb on the charts. But what else are we looking forward to this afternoon?
We are also going to be tapping into themes around the creative economy, and just unpacking that, looking at what that looks like on the African continent, some inspiration. I'm not going to say much because you got to tune in. I think if you are participating in any kind of merge between artistic spaces and business,
yeah,
that's where the two meet. We're going to talk about that. Okay?
100%. Then later on, Chico and Focalistic. Chico's the young one, not Chico the old one.
I'm thinking the legend,
No,
Chico Twala.
no, the young one.
Oh.
Chico and Focalistic take Amapiano to another level with the new album. We'll be getting into conversation with Chico this afternoon. Joining us in studio. Most of our guests will be in studio today, which will be fantastic. 10 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African time. Welcome to this jam-packed show. This is The Upside.
The Upside, live and real. This is what memories are made of.
Love don't care who you be, where you there from. Love don't
On
care.
Channel Africa, the African perspective. Let the good times roll. From the 10th of October, make a note. Channel Africa is stepping into a brand new era with the launch of our upgraded website and app. It's easy, fresh, and always on your fingertips. Wherever you are in the world, Africa's voice is just a click away. The future of Channel Africa. Okay. Goes live from the 10th of October. Don't miss the moments. Channel Africa, your voice, your sound, and your home. Stay logged right here.
Dakle Sadiq with Yalabi coming through and representing Ethiopia in the most epic way through the music. So we love to go continental with music, and this is us on the Upside. Welcome, dear Upsider. Thank you for listening. I would encourage you to watch the show, okay? Watch it. Even if it's something you never practice. Maybe you're always on satellite, but today I want to encourage you to watch. And then you will soon know why we want you to watch, okay? If you'd like to watch the show, we are live on Facebook. Just search for Channel Africa. You'll be able to find us there. And you can also watch on YouTube, okay? Search for Channel Africa. You should be able to find us there. 16 minutes into 1 p.m. in Central African time. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Yay, listen, we went from, where was that? Ethiopia.
Yes.
With the Yalabi.
That is correct.
Yalabi. Now we're going to Ghana. Now we are going to Ghana.
The nation of all the good things.
Isn't Ghana the gateway to Africa?
The
Yes.
nation to
There,
rival
there
them
we
all.
go. I got it right.
The center of the world lies there same way. It has
Oh,
the
man.
latitude and what they call it. The
Equator
equator,
there.
the equator.
Yeah, yeah.
I say equator, and crossing through in a place called Tema. So the meridian, right? The Greenwich meridian passes through there. So
Yes.
even Ghana can boast of being the center of the world.
Ladies and
The
gentlemen.
gateway to Africa, the Gold Coast, the Black Stars.
He even knows geography. Ladies
Love
and
it.
gentlemen.
I have a song called Geography anyway.
Look at this guy. Let me introduce let me introduce him properly on the Upside this afternoon. From the streets of Ashaiman to the global stage, Ghanaian superstar, his name is Stone Boy, has consistently redefined what it means to be an African artist in the world of music. With multiple awards under his belt and a career marked by genre-bending collaborations, his latest album, The Torture, is another flame lighting up the charts, already amassing over 10 million streams. Lead single Gidi Gidi has dominated Apple Music, Ghana, and even charted on the Billboard US Afrobeats list, proving that Stone Boy's sound speaks across borders. Now in South Africa for a major media tour and a new music video shoot with Zambian star Yo Maps, Stone Boy continues to use music as a tool for Pan-African storytelling and unity. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Upside, Stone Boy!
Fire gets a go blaze, man.
Yeah.
What a guan.
More fire.
Love it. How are you doing, my guy?
We're doing well by the mercies of the Most High,
Great to have you. Great to have you. It's not your first time in South Africa.
I wouldn't wish that.
You wouldn't wish that.
I wouldn't wish it was my first time.
You wouldn't wish it was your first time. What is it about South Africa that you love so much?
I love South Africa. South Africa has a vibe. South Africa has a breeze that, in my own view, I know that Africa is like a one big place. But with different energies in different places and different spots. Yes. There's unique feelings that if you are very intuitive or your emotions are really alive, you feel it. South is like, it's the rainbow nation with everybody in there. Like love. I love South Africa. The first time I was here was 2013.
Wow.
And ever since I've been coming back and loving the place.
Love it, man. Love it, man. You've been collaborating, you've been touring, and I mean, obviously, you've been doing media tours. I just want to ask a quick question before we get into the crux of our conversation. I saw a video of you on your Instagram platform. Was you playing golf just for the purpose of a music video, or do you actually play golf?
I would love to learn it properly, when I find some time. So I'm not an active golf player, but I think it's a sport that I want to,
So that was just for show?
That was just for... I was practicing at the same time.
Okay.
And then also use it for like a visualizer, some kind of stuff anyway.
All right, we're 90 minutes into 1 p.m. in Central African time. Ghanaian superstar is here with his entourage in studio, and you can watch us, okay? You can watch him as we chat to him live. We're on Facebook as well as YouTube. Should you wish to watch the show, we're back after this.
Call us on +27 63 406 9126 and contribute to the conversation. Mornings made better with Peter and Asanda on Rise and Shine, weekdays 6 till 9.
Malawians go to the polls next week in a high-stakes general election where citizens will choose a new president and 229 members of parliament. And this comes 5 years after the country's 2019 election was annulled by the Constitutional Court due to widespread irregularities in a landmark decision that overturned the victory of the then President Peter Mutharika.
I'm not saying we're a perfect government. No, nobody is. I mean, we've seen even South Africa facing challenges with the fuel that's going up and with whatever challenges. But you know what? When you are dealing with an IMF policy that says do not employ so many people because you're going to become a welfare government and all of that. And Dr. Chakwera said I've got high numbers of unemployment. As a government that is answerable to Malawians, we have found IMF policies wanting on many issues. We believe the people who pay us taxes to put us in our positions, we owe them employment at the minimum.
That's Dr. Jesse Kwabila, who's the Minister of Higher Education in Malawi.
Mornings made better with Peter and Asanda on Rise and Shine. The Upside, 1 to 4 p.m. Central African Time. With Tebogo Lekhuleni and Mosito. Only on Channel Africa, the African Perspective.
21 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African Time, we are still hanging out with the one and only Stone Boy. He's currently on a media run in South Africa to talk all things The Torture. That's the name of the album. Tell us about it. What is it about? Collaborations on it, and what was the inspiration?
Yeah, the Torture EP is my second EP, and then I have 6 studio albums, and then this one actually comes from a deep place, a place that connects to the foundation that I'm birthed from in terms of inspiration. Okay. So there's a lot of consciousness and firmness, speaks to the fact that torture literally means that someone who bears a torch, like a torcher, like not T-U-R, but T-O-R-C-H-E-R. So like as a Statue of Liberty holding a torch, like keeping it burning, you know what I'm saying? Like it just amplifies the fact that it just implies the fact that we have to inspire one another. We have to tell it through the music and reach out to the people to know that, listen, you got light inside of you that has to burn. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep it burning. Like, don't let nobody dim your shine. Yeah. I was in such a space for, like, the whole time from the beginning of the year. Right when the year hit, my mantra or my energy that was going into the year was the year of the torture. So it's a year where I was going to go hard and go deep as well into my inspiration and inspire people to let them keep going and don't stop. So when you take the song Torture up to the last track, which is deeper, you find out that it's really very inspirational. It's speaking to the soul. It's speaking to you who carry some light. Shine it up, because nobody's going to shine it for you. And believe you me, a lot of people don't want to even see that light shine. So you have to realize it and shine it in their faces. If a fellow has light and you shine light, it only gets brighter. But if you shine your light and somebody gets to feel uneasy, then let it burn, Yeah, man.
Let it burn. Let it burn. I was remarking to you as you walked in and your wonderful gentleman's club that's come with you about how I like you all just said, hello, Empress. When you saw me, the gentleman, hello, Empress. How you doing, Empress? How you feeling, Empress? And I feel so special.
Yeah, man.
I want to talk about that, the feminine energy that walks with you, because in the year 2017, which was 8 years ago, you released Epistles of Mama,
right? A
dedication to your beloved mama, your late mom. Talk to me about how just the respect that you have for feminines and what your mama taught you, and also in how it's shaped how you come through in music.
Bless you. It's very important that people also experience the feminine energy in terms of either have a presence of a woman in their life, be their mother, be their sister, or be their, they call it nephew, right? Nephew is a woman. Niece. That thing is confusing, eh?
Isn't it just?
Niece. So, it's important. And I believe that in every human, we have both masculine and feminine energies that we have to always, pay attention to. It lies in our consciousness. Anyway, for the episodes of Mama, my mom had passed me, so rest in peace, in 2015. And my next body of works was literally inspired by everything that she would have spoken to me or taught me or told me to keep me inspired. So for all you know, of course, I walk in every room and subconsciously, I'm actually relating relating to the women in the best of ways. You know what I'm saying? Like it comes off naturally. If it didn't even mention, I wouldn't realize that was how warm I was, you know, because it's supposed to be like that. And I trust that women are a special species, you know, amongst the human species. Believe me, like I believe that they're special because whatever we carry, they carry that and some more. You know, so if you know these things, you know that you have to respect women, and women have to also especially treat themselves in a line of respect so that they can get respect back, which is definitely a thing that is reciprocated. Totally. You know, but as for love, if you don't have love, you can't give it. You know, if you don't love yourself, you can't love a next man. You know what I'm saying? So these are all the things that my mom would take me through: tenacity, you know, being firm, being strong, being, you know, just
and
be,
it's all in the music
that's
now.
it, and it's all in the music. So you put in the music and then you share it as well. You know, because I know a lot of people, or all of us, live on music. I live on music. I listen to what inspires what I listen to, what translates my energy as and when, you know. And as my guys can tell you, I have my favorite songs that uplift my soul any day, any minute. So music is a powerful tool to speak to the soul anyway, you know. So whatever it is, we put it in there as a gift for the people. So yeah, man, that's it. From the episodes of Mama, you know.
Love that. Yeah. Besides the media tour that you're currently on, you're also here because you'll be shooting a music video with your maps.
Yeah.
Tell us about it. Give us a sneak peek. Peek view.
Thank you very much. Collaboration is really important in our line of career and even as a continent. When we begin to look at collaboration beyond that the tool that we collaborate with. I mean, when I say the tool, I mean when we look at it beyond just the music, there's so much more that it does in terms of what do you say, like residual
reciprocity.
There's so much more residual income in quote in collaboration. You know, Your Maps is a Zambian representing the southern part of Africa. Of course, Africa as a whole. I'm from the western part, and we're connecting. I went to Zambia one time. We did a song, and then he sent me another one. We did it, and we decided to shoot the videos. I was in London. Nice. I told him immediately I get back to Ghana, let's shoot it. He said, all right, let's do it in South. I said, fine. I've been looking for the next possible opportunity to go to South again, because the last time I was there was like 2 to 3 years. It's not looking nice on me. So I'm like, all right, I'll take it. And then we get here, and also it aligns with the fact that I just dropped an EP which was 4 weeks old yesterday and is blazing everywhere. So why not? Let me touch base with my South people, and of course I have good relationships with some of the very, very, very active, you know, musicians and even legends from here. So I just took the opportunity, and of course I'm always warmly welcome. So I always feel the edge to want to go there, share the music, and let's keep collaborating, you know.
Okay. That is wonderful. I hold a personal philosophy that the greatest musicians are master collaborators. Absolutely. And we've seen it. And I mean, it's so wonderful to see your generation of musicians embracing that. Absolutely. And taking it to the next level. We've seen Fela Kuti being a collaborator. We've seen Hugh Masekela do it. Absolutely. We've seen Ibo Taylor of Ghana do it as well. So your generation is... And that's why... I think that's actually why you won Best in International Act.
Because
you are a master collaborator.
Definitely. I love to collaborate because I trust that, like you're saying, that is it makes great artists, but also there's this thing that looks beyond the music. It bridges gaps, it bridges unity, it bridges cultures. You know what I'm saying? It makes believe you me, we may be creatives, but the impact that happens when we collaborate, you cannot underestimate. Even if it happens with one person, it's enough.
Whole ripple effect.
It's enough. You know, I did collaborations with Costa. May his soul rest in peace. The last time I was here, we did like a recording camp. I had like 3 songs with him. You know, and I brought him to Ghana for my Beam Fest. You know, I'd have my festivals every year, and you know, unfortunately, see somebody who passed away in the line of work. You see, when you look at it that way, you realize that we are actually ambassadors, we're actually activists, we're actually working. We're not having fun. It's like like people ask me, like somebody may ask, well, if you're free, can we talk? I'm like, I'm never free. I make time. You know, you know what I'm saying? If it's important, I make time. So if it's free, then it's not important. So you find out that we put ourselves in the front line to represent our nations, to represent our music, our culture, our arts, and even so speak on behalf of people. So of course I'm happy that I won that award, which opened the floodgates for my style, which is Afro dancehall reggae, and which I can boldly, mention some examples of that style, because the first, to win the BETs was the first of that style to do that, the whole of Africa. Burna Boy stems from that style. Energy Party Ranking stems from that style. We have one my brother here in South Africa. There's one guy.
I'm trying to think now too.
Who? No, Heavy K. My guy.
Focalistic?
Of me and him have collaborations. In that style of reggae energy style. Of course, the godfather of it will forever be Lucky Dube. Yeah, and then was supposed to go to the studio with him. I did a song with him like that. The producer as well, lanky guy.
I'm trying to wrap my head.
Actually, that's my guy. My days. Anyway, when I remember the name, I'm gonna speak it through. So, of course, music is diverse. In as much as South Africa is more hip hop, more house, more amapiano, that's a specialty. You know what I'm saying? So everybody else brings what we have as music of black origin and what we are all inspired by to the fore, and Africa keeps winning.
Love that. Listen, let's try and jog our memories here. We're going to take a quick breather. We're going to get the latest in sports with Figile Lingwadi, and then we'll jog our memory, and we're still hanging out with Stone Boy.
Yep.
Yes.
Get Channel Africa on DSTV Audio Bouquet. Channel 802. Sports on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
Let's kick off with football news. The Kaizer Chiefs has finally confirmed the end to a drawn-out process of parting ways with their Tunisian head coach, Nasreddine Nabi. As earlier reported by SABC Sport, Chiefs and Nabi had been in negotiations to sever ties after the coach had been deemed unfit to lead the team into the remainder of the 2025-2026 season, and especially the club's return to the Confederations of African Football, CAF Confederation Cup. Chiefs had earlier announced that Nabi would not be on the touchline of their first preliminary round Confed Cup fixture away to Kabuskop in Angola, with assistant coaches Khalil Ben Youssef and Cedric Kaze taking charge. Ben Youssef and Kaze have now been appointed interim co-coaches for the remainder of the season, with Nabi and the club reaching a settlement agreement on this 3-year contract penned in 2024. The Tunisian mentor has ended the club's 10-year trophy drought by claiming the Nedbank Cup in May, and their separation has come as a big surprise. Still with football news, Bafana have safely arrived in Durban ahead of the Crunch 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifier against Zimbabwe tonight. And Saudi-based attacker Mohaou Ngota says the team is in desperate need of goals to reclaim top spot in the group.
Yeah, I think that's the most important thing. That's all we want. We want to go to USA. We've been talking about that since we played our first games. We want to go to the World Cup. So I think for us, the one thing that we have to do, we have to collect the must 3 points, the must 6 points. So we need to work hard. We need to make sure we score more goals. And I think that's going to help us to go to the World Cup.
And Bafana will play their last 2 matches against Zimbabwe and Rwanda in South Africa. And Captain Ronwen Williams says they will not rely on what happened in other matches or other teams to qualify for by themselves.
It's in our hands, and I think that's the most important thing, that we're not going to look for favors or rely on other teams. We want to get the job done, and that's the mentality that we all have.
On to athletics, former Comrades Marathon champion Edward Mutibi has confirmed that he will not be participating in this year's Soweto Marathon due to the ongoing dispute over the race's organization. 41-year-old athlete who finished 4th at the 2025 Comrades Marathon says that the uncertainty surrounding the event has forced him to look for an alternative marathon before the end of the year. Let's end with aquatics. Italy's 2022 World Swimming Champion Benedetta Pilato and another Italian swimmer were banned for 90 days for stealing cosmetics at Singapore airport. The pair were caught red-handed on their return from this year's World Championships, where Pilato took bronze in the 50-meter breaststroke. The sanction will prevent the 20-year-old Pilato and 23-year-old Chiara Tarantino from participating in the European Short Course Championship in December in Poland. For any sports stories you'd like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +2711 714 4459. This is Channel Africa Sport with me, Fidel Nwati.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African Perspective.
Você é fluente em português? É apaixonado por rádio e quer trabalhar na África do Sul? Você tem documentos que o qualificam para trabalhar na África do Sul? Nesse caso, podemos ter uma oportunidade para você trabalhar no Canal África. Envie seu currículo e demonstração para Canal África at newsroom@channelafrica.co.za. Lembre-se, se você não receber alguma resposta nossa em 14 dias, isso significa que você não foi selecionado. Canal África, a perspectiva africana.
35 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African Time. Let's find out how the markets are moving. Nosipho Zuma is standing by.
Business news on Channel Africa. The African Perspective.
With your business news, good afternoon. I am Nolutando Butelezi. The airports company South Africa says that the OR Tambo International Airport is currently experiencing longer processing times at passport control. Both arriving and departing passengers have been affected. However, no reasons have been given for the delay. AXA has advised international travelers to arrive at least 3 hours ahead of departure in order to allow for sufficient time for all airport formalities. It says that it will issue regular updates on the situation. Residents of areas in which mines operate have challenged the Mineral Resources Department in South Africa to ensure that the companies commit to developing the areas. Representatives of communities at the 2025 Johannesburg Mining Indaba have lamented the state of affairs in mining areas. They are also worried about Anglo American's move to sell its assets in South Africa. The company has sold its platinum interest in Valterra and is planning to sell its stake in diamond producer De Beers as it plans to move into Canada.
Communities are not getting nothing. And it is the role of the DMR to make sure these things are delivered to the communities and the parliament. And there's no oversight on those things. And that makes things difficult. With communities standing up trying to, correct amongst other issues, they are being defeated. They're expecting that amongst other challenges of environmental will be dealt with. Amongst other issues of CSI mining will be elevated in terms of bursaries, in terms of roads, in terms of... These are things that are expected by the community, giving back to the community to compensate.
Beijing is stacking up its bargaining chips ahead of expected U.S.-China talks when Presidents Donald Trump and Xi Jinping visit South Korea's Gyeonggi, announcing new export controls to tighten its grip over high-tech manufacturing supply chains. The two superpowers look to be struggling to move beyond their current tariff truce, a 90-day pause from the 11th of August that ends around the 9th of November, with officials from both sides now continuing to meet to discuss issues predating September's Madrid summit, widely seen as a breakthrough for its TikTok deal, which would see the U.S. take a stake in one of China's most successful companies overseas. Let's move on to Britain, where they have designated Google with strategic market status in online search, the first time it has deployed new powers to tackle the dominance of big tech, and paving the way for interventions is deemed necessary. The Competition and Markets Authority's move enables it to compel the Alphabet-owned company to change the way that it operates in Britain in the search market. The regulator, which can impose fines for non-compliance and has direct enforcement powers, said in June its actions would be targeted and proportionate, and it would unlock innovation in the British tech sector and broader economy. The proposed steps from the CMA in June included fire ranking in search and offering consumers more access to alternative search engines. The U.S. has purchased Argentine pesos, taking the next step in controversial effort to calm a currency crisis hitting the South American country and its president. Treasury General Scott Bessent announced the purchase on social media while saying that the U.S. had finalized terms of a planned $20 billion financial rescue for the country. The announcement helped boost the peso and Argentine debt on financial markets, but renewed debate in the U.S. where the decision to extend financial support to Argentina at a time of spending cuts at home has drawn much scrutiny. $1 in Nigeria, 1,472 naira. In Botswana, it's 13 pula 20. Kenya, the dollar is trading at 128 shilling 483. And in Zambia, it's 23 kwacha 24. The BRICS countries, $1 in Brazil is trading at 5 real 35. Russia is 81 rubles 26. India, it's 88 rupees 80. China, it's 7 yuan 13. And South Africa, $1 is trading at 17 rands 16 cents. $1 is trading at 74 pence to the British pound and 86 to the euro. Looking at commodities now, gold is trading at $3,963 and platinum at $1,596 per ounce, while Brent crude oil is at $64.80 a barrel. For any business stories that you would like to share with us, please do send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za, or you can call us on +27 11 714 4459.
Business news on Channel Africa. The African perspective. Tune in and turn up the volume. This is Channel Africa. Yo, listen up. Channel Africa is taking the digital game higher.
Check it out.
We are taking our digital platforms to the next level for you, our loyal listeners.
You know where we at, right?
New website, a fresh new app, and they're on fire. Anytime, anywhere listening, Channel Africa brings the African sound to you.
It's the bomb, yo.
Stay locked. The future is crystal clear with us. Your new way to experience Channel Africa is almost here. Africa, stand tall and get ready. The upside. On the upside. Your voice matters.
Don't know how long it take man fi reach ya. Man a touch ya. Them see na me eye and no man a touch ya. Come looking at me eye and see man a touch ya. Them a move like a creeper, them a grim reaper. But I want God, my God is not a sleeper. Breed is deeper, them a not the realer. We should have been together like Paul and Peter. Them choose to be beater. Obviously, them know say me carry fire on my head and light in my eyes. I'm a Natasha. Oil on my head and fire in my eyes. I'm a Natasha. A fireman a burn every day of my life. I'm a Natasha. In a million ways, them flee when them buck up in a Natasha. Cause them a get torture. I'm a Natasha. Oil on my head and fire in my eyes. I'm a Natasha. A fireman a burn every day of my life. I'm a Natasha. In a million ways, them flee when them buck up in a torture. Cause them a get torture. My soul says I make them feel a bag of torture. If me no shit, them no name, them a vulture. I come for school, them you like a lecture. Crack up them skull, bust it up in a the center. Jaja, my father, because I made the enemy, them turn afraid. Them gather around to try to put off my flame. But poverty and death, I go find them. Me I want them. Obviously, them know say me carry fire. Fire in my eyes, I'm a Natasha. A fireman a burn every day of my life, I'm a Natasha. In a million ways, them flee when them buck up in a Natasha. cause them a get torture. I'm a torture.
It's 44 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African Time. Torture by Stone Boy.
Million ways them flee when them buck up in a torture. Cause them a get torture.
Torture never sounded this good, man. Oh my goodness.
Lightning.
Has anyone ever asked you why the name Stone Boy?
Yeah. And it's simple because it's my name, Livingstone. Is my first name. So you know the reggae, raga, rude boy, bad boy. You know the way Jamaicans say.
There we go. Simple enough.
You know, so I went on radio for the first time. You know, years back whilst we were in senior high school.
Yeah.
We went to radio to do the competition battling and all of that. You know, and so the presenter actually asked me what's your name. I said my name is Stone. So at the time I could do some rap, do some singing, do the influences that inspire my music creation is all broad. So I did a little bit, but at the time they had paired the rappers already, then they paired them already, the singers have been paired. And then I was like, okay, fine, there's one guy that's left that does like reggae, raga, dancehall, and I was there at the time. I could do everything that because you come for auditioning, you show what you got. Luckily they paired me with the guy in that category, so I'm like, all right, cool. And that was my first toe-to-toe. I went on radio, live radio. Now the guy introducing me, the presenter, his name is Dr. Duncan. He was about to introduce me and said, this is the guy, I told him my real name, Livingstone. Stone, his name is Stone. He will have a Stone Boy in the place.
Oh, wow.
That was it.
The rest was history.
The rest was history. So the Stone Boy was birthed right there on the radio, Yeah, but my name is Stone. Everybody calls me Stone. My dad everybody calls me Stone because it's Livingstone. So
right. I really love reggae as a genre, and also just what it represents.
Yeah,
it is for me the most high vibrational music in black communities everywhere.
Absolutely.
Of course, with roots in Jamaica and in many parts of the African continent. You're talking about Lucky Dube. There are other artists. Bob Marley, of course, is like the godfather of this work. The Remy Ongalas, the late great.
Even Lucky Dube's daughter right now,
Right. Bongi and others. Talk to me about the importance of keeping that genre alive in your particular sound, because I'm actually really disturbed about the fact that we kill genres. And then we fall back on this excuse like, no, it doesn't matter anymore, people don't listen to genres. But sometimes the tradition that comes with that genre is so important that it needs to be preserved. So why is it important?
All right, I believe it's very important. Firstly, to begin with, music is music in all type of forms, all type of shapes, all type of melodies, all type of traditional styles. Music is music. And so long as it's music that is born off of black origin, it must definitely have its fundamental roots coming from Africa. It may have been contemporized due to a lot of other inspirations, because like I know, music is actually like, the formation of music is collaboration. So if I was born in South Africa, and I grew up on a South African sound because it's in my DNAs, and because I heard it through, because I loved it, and I moved to, somewhere else. I just went to India, and I moved to India, and I go and get that in Hindi influence. Believe me, I have every right to want to merge the whole situation, and that becomes a certain kind of feel. So the fundamental breakdown of music itself, definitely, we cannot do away with genres and styles, because those are the ways that we are able to identify what it is that we call it. And remember, once upon a time, it's somebody who's going to name it, to say that, this is the kind of style, and then it becomes like Ghana has high life music. The name came about, as far as history says, if history is correct, then I am. It says they used to go play that style of music to the high-end people, like the diaspora when they come, the ambassadors, and then they call themselves a band. There's bands, a lot of bands, so they play the local traditional styles, but they try to play it for the high life, high end, and then they began to infuse the jazz feel, because these are people that come from foreign, and so they have the traditional styles, and then they blend it up, and they just call it high life because they went to play it for the high life guys. So names of course will come, but music will remain important. So for me, keeping genres alive is very important. It's as important as keeping a language alive,
of course.
Yes.
because
100%.
communication will always go on, whether by signs, whether by symbols, whatsoever. But a particular language that has been formed by a group of people becomes indigenous to them and needs to be protected. So that's the same way I will see genres and styles of music. And it doesn't end there. I think that we should have the liberty to know that we can create more and more and more and more. But the foundation as music can never be renamed. It stays as it stays.
This has been quite an honor, Stone Boy. Unfortunately, we are out of time. And before we let you go, just a quick fire question in your direction. Amapiano or Afrobeats?
Afrobeats. You know why? Because that is an umbrella name for African music today that encompasses every other African style. So that's why I'll say Afrobeats.
Ghana Jollof or South African Chakalaka?
Ghana Jollof.
Stage performance or studio session?
Stage.
Which artists would you like to collaborate with internationally and on Africa in the African continent?
An African continent
that you haven't yet with.
Internationally, I've been aiming at Rihanna. That's a collab that I know would
be
make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I mean, that I think when it does happen, I'll be grateful to have that type of vibe, and it's sooner or later anyway. And then on the African continent, I've done so many also. So I'm on the African continent now. I'm open to collaborate with everybody, anybody. Once I'm feeling the vibe and there's a potential of success in there, we can collaborate and contribute to the musical ecosystem.
Maybe Angelique Kidjo, she loves young people.
I've done that already.
Oh yes, you did.
Big tune, and Mama blessed it. Aish,
man,
that,
she's
and
so
that
amazing.
He produced that song. Miss Master Gazi produced the song. That song swept all the awards at the Ghana Music Awards that year and got me the Artist of the Year on top again, won it a few times. So at this time, we're just pushing the envelope so that we can pave the way and get it clearer for those behind and continue to inspire my people. So, yeah, man, in Africa, anybody. Right here, I'm in South Africa, definitely, I wouldn't mind to get into the studio with Z. And Busiswa is my friend. We try to get something together as well, of course. So, Casper, Maforisa, basically the Lion Kings, the Scorpion Kings, basically. Yeah, man. So we're here, we're open. Shout
Thank
out
you
to
so
Sal.
much.
Respect.
Thank you. It was wonderful to meet you and
grateful.
to just exchange with you in this manner and to learn from you about just what's in your thought catalog around music. All the best with the tour and
Thank
the
you very
album.
much.
I know it's already topping the charts.
Very much.
In Ghana and on the digital platforms.
Yes, I can't wait to host my own headline here in South Africa. I think is long overdue.
A fill up of some kind.
Yeah,
we need
to. Yeah, I need to bring it in. I'm hoping that 2026, God willing, I want to touch road proper and do the least at least, because appealing to people who love your music is also very important. It's not only looking at it from just people gathering, those who you communicate to, your congregation. So we'll be trying to pull out the congregation sooner or later,
I love that.
To bring it together here in South.
Stone Boy, thank you so much for your time.
Blessings. Thank
Check
you so
out
much.
The Torture on all digital streaming platforms. The Stone Boy, the man, he's leaving the building. Thank you so much.
They move like a creeper, they my grim reaper, but I want God, my God is not a sleeper. Pretty is deeper, they man know the realer. We should have been together like Paul and Peter, them choose to be bitter. Obviously, them know say me carry fire upon my head. shade and lighting up my eyes. I'm on a torture. Me go so then again. Oil on my head and fire in my eyes. I'm a torture. Well then, a fireman a burn every day of my life. I'm a torture. Well then, alright, in a million ways them flee when them buck up in a torture. Oh, can them I get torture? My success I made them feel like a torture. If me no, them no yam them. I come visit them you like a lecture. Crack up them skull bones it open all the center. Cha my father, because I'm the enemy them tongue friend. Them gather around to try to put up my flame, but poverty and if I go find them, me I want them. Obviously them know say me carry fire up on my head. You don't know what the torture, you know.
We used to have a really big reggae show in the country with the Admiral and the
Yeah, man. These are my people. Shout out to Admiral
people.
and Jasid from time where I control the bass line. You know?
And you know what they would say after that?
What?
That's better.
That's
better.
better. And Admiral going,
Ladies and gentlemen, Stone Boy leaving
Madam
the building. Stay
Yeah,
tuned.
yeah,
We'll
yeah.
continue our
Bless,
conversations on the
bless,
upside.
bless.
The Upside with Tebogo Lekhuleni and Mmatsheko Mosito, bringing Africa's voices to the world. On Channel Africa, the African perspective.
It's 5 minutes before 2 p.m. Central African time. Ladies and gentlemen, Stone Boy leaving the building. Go check out his latest album, The Torture. It is currently out on all streaming platforms. We continue our conversations, though, on the upside this afternoon because, earlier we had said that we need to get into the business side of music. And Mani Badu is leveling up her sound as she... No, actually, no, I lie. I apologize. I absolutely lie. Africa's creative future is going global, from the studios of Johannesburg to the catwalks of Lagos and the digital art labs of Nairobi. The continent's talent is rising, and now it's taking center stage at the inaugural Global Creative Summit hosted in South Africa and themed Visa to the World. This landmark event positions Africa as a leader in the global creative economy. And on the line, we'll be joined by Galen Bresson, creative consultant at the Seychelles representative. Galen, thank you so much for your time and welcome to The Upside. Tell us more about this Global Creative Summit.
Well, hi, everyone. It's a good afternoon here in Seychelles. We are 2 hours ahead of you. So we're well into the day and out of the day because it's the end of the work day here. But everything's happening here. It's hot and sunny on this island here. And the Global Summit is coming up next month. And it's a fantastic initiative taken up by colleagues from South Africa. And we are grouping together because this is the whole idea as a group. As Africa, several countries or different countries, all countries coming together and putting our perspective in terms of the industry that we work with to the forth, to the world leaders and saying, hey, we are here. Do not ignore us, the countries of Africa. We are here. And let us put a playing field where the creative industries of Africa is on par as other parts of the world.
What are the sectors that are going to be spotlighted? I mean, from music, fashion, film, publishing, and how are they going to be integrated during the summit?
Well, as it is the first, it is now trying to get the maximum of the business side into South Africa and talking about that because we cannot continuously see an exposure. I've just been listening to the singer previously now in the interview, having so much talent around Africa, going out to the world, but the business side lacks so much that the amount of talent, although we are hearing, say the figures are now looking at percent-wise, say 5-6%, we have much more. But the issue that really is happening now is remuneration towards this creative sector. You've mentioned the sectors of fashion, the film industry, music industry, and so forth, which is happening. And we have to be able to find a solution and get the figures out. One, we have to ensure that all countries in Africa start getting accurate figures in terms of who is there, what is happening, and in what sector. That is very, very important because home, when I say home, I'm in Seychelles, you are in South Africa. The only way we can move out of our territory successfully and within our territory successfully is that we tell government, because I take it from a perspective of the Seychelles, whereby the creative sector is seen as entertainment everywhere. They are used everywhere, but no one thinks about it as a business. They expect I will come and entertain. But when I say, this is my price, they say, what? But why? Yet you go to a lawyer, you say, I need your services. He says, well, my services is terms at 100 Rand for every 30 minutes. Okay, sir, thank you very much. Here's your 100 Rand. If I come up and say, okay, I'm singing, you give me 100 Rand for 30 minutes. Why? What do you want to become a millionaire? So this is a big problem.
I mean,
we have to get this sorted out, if you get my understanding of that.
Absolutely. I mean, they are creating value and they need to get paid for it. Galen, where can we find more information about the summit and how can people get involved?
Well, it's happening all over online. The blogs are coming out much more faster now in South Africa and pushing out to the rest of the world. Again, communication is something which I think has been put together. The team in South Africa is pushing it out, and I'm sure they will connect after this and ensure that this happens quite fast. It's amazing. Online on WhatsApp, the groups have been growing at a very rapid rate. As the creators and creatives are hearing about what's happening, everyone says, I am interested. There's no one that has even asked, what is this about? Everyone says, we are in, because the effort, we know we've been there. I've been around this industry for over 25 years, and you keep fighting probably the same fight after 25 years. One is with your own government, if I can put that in inverted commas and say, budget for this industry, because it is a massive pillar. If I would say the European bloc and the American bloc today have seen the potential and they have pushed money in all sorts of angles into creating creative clusters and pushing this agenda, we in Africa have to do that. No matter how, we have to stand our ground. But where do we stand our ground? Unfortunately, in lots of African countries, it is our own leaders that are not looking within the sector as a prominent sector, as an economical sector. They are just looking at it as an entertainment, feel-good factor sector.
This is what we're going to do. It's 2 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African time. Let's get the news and then we'll continue our conversation, because I would love to get the feedback or to get the perspective from Tebogo, spokesperson and communications lead of the Global Creative Summit. We'll do that right after we get the news with Jolani Tulongwebe.
SABC News. The African Perspective.
Thank you, Tebogo. Top stories are South Africa's crime intelligence boss seeks closed session at Commission, and Peru removes its president in parliament. Good afternoon. South Africa's crime intelligence boss Dumisani Khumalo will not appear before the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry when it resumes its hearings on Monday. The evidence leaders, however, will apply for the hearings to be conducted in a closed session. The commission is probing allegations of criminality, political interference and corruption in the justice system. The commission's spokesperson is Jeremy Michaels.
Due to the nature of the evidence to be presented when the hearings resume, the evidence leaders will apply for the hearings to be conducted in camera, meaning that the hearings will be held in a closed session at which members of the public and the media will not be allowed. If the Commission grants the application, the hearings will then proceed in camera until further notice. We must clarify that Lieutenant General Dumisani Khumalo, the SAPS head of crime intelligence, will not testify during this period.
The The High Court in Johannesburg has granted businessman Katiso KT Molefe bail of $23,000. He was arrested for his alleged involvement in the 2023 murder of Oupa Sifoka, commonly known as DJ Somebody. In August, the Alexandra Magistrates Court denied Molefe bail, saying he'd failed to present exceptional circumstances to justify his release. Molefe then challenged the ruling. He is one of the businessmen alleged to be part of what has been termed the Big Five cartel. Judge Brad Wellness says the lower court's decision was based on speculation. Zimbabwean opposition lawmaker Desire Moyo has died after the vehicle he was travelling in hit an elephant. State media is reporting that the accident happened in the early hours of this morning while Moyo and 4 other MPs were travelling along the Bulawayo-Gweru highway. Moyo died instantly while his fellow lawmakers were left injured. He was a member of the Opposition Citizens Coalition for Change, or Triple C, led by Nelson Chamisa, and served in the Zimbabwean Parliament's Sport, Recreation, Arts and Culture Committee. Tributes are pouring in for the well-known poet, hailed for his contribution to the arts. South Sudan's President Salva Kiir has removed the country's military chief and reinstated his predecessor, whom Kiir had sacked 3 months earlier. The South Sudan Broadcasting Corporation announced that Kiir had appointed Paul Nangmajok to replace Dao Atujong as the new chief of defense forces without providing a reason for the decision. In July, Kiir had, without explanation, sacked Majok after 7 months in the post and replaced him with Atujong. That decision came after renewed fighting in the northeast, in which the military was briefly overrun by the militia from Mashar's Nuer ethnic group. Parliament in Peru have voted to remove President Dina Boluarte. Opponents accuse her of permanent moral incapacity to do the job. A new president has already been sworn in. The BBC's Peter Hyatt has the story.
Ms. Boluarte was summoned to defend herself at a late-night session, but did not appear. So proceedings moved rapidly, and she was out of a job a short time later. She'd become president in December 2022, when the man she was vice president to was ousted and arrested after he attempted to dissolve Congress. But she became deeply unpopular, with accusations of personal enrichment and cracking down on protest. Accusations that she took 2 weeks off to get a nose job didn't help.
Recapping the top story this hour, South Africa's crime intelligence boss, Dumisani Khumalo, will not appear before the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry when it resumes its hearings on Monday. For any news stories you would like to share with us, please do send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +27 11714 4459. For Channel Africa News, I'm Jolani Tulo Ngwepe.
SABC News. The African Perspective.
It's gone 7 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African Time. This is The Upside, your gateway to the good life on Channel Africa, the African Perspective with Tebogo, Lekhuleni and Mmatsheko, Mosito. We're coming to you live from the Auckland Park Studios in Johannesburg, South Africa. Happy Friday, happy Friday. Thank you so much for tuning in this afternoon. Join us on our social media platforms at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok. Let's continue our conversation and wrap it up with the inaugural Global Creative Summit coming up and hosted in South Africa, themed Visa to the World. This is going to be a landmark event positioning Africa as a leader in the global creative economy. On the line, we are joined by Matabo Tlali, spokesperson and communications lead of Global Creative Summit, and Galen Bresson, creative consultant representing the Seychelles. Matabo, let's talk about the actual running of the summit, the date, Actually, I don't want to know the date yet. I want to know who's going to be a part of this summit, the delegates from the different countries, because I understand there's going to be quite a few of them that will be present.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for this time. So to firstly just lay the foundations of the Global Creative Summit, we are on social media, we are online. It's a Global Creative Summit everywhere, from website to digital platforms. And in terms of our partner countries, we have Lesotho, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Seychelles, Reunion Island, Eswatini, Cameroon, Nigeria, and Ghana. And they will all be at the Creative Summit. So if you want to know further details around the actual names, I do suggest that you do stay tuned on our social media pages, where we will be doing a reveal on the actual delegates who will be in the room. These are creative strategists. These are people whose minds play a critical role in forwarding the African agenda within the creative sector. So we're not even a talk shop. We're not interested in being a talk shop. We want to align creativity with strategies, ideas with innovation, and it is best to have the minds that forward the creative agenda in their respective countries, and us coming together as a continent to say, this is the African agenda, this is the African creative sector, this is the table that we are building for ourselves.
Matabo, I just love the enthusiasm in your voice as you speak about the creative sector, because it's very exciting, isn't it? But let's just stay on just very quickly in terms of the importance of this cross-border, work, as it were, through the summit. How is the summit actually going to make it easier for artists and creators to collaborate meaningfully going forward?
So our mantra is visa to the world, right? The passport to possibilities. We are quite aware of how incredibly laborious it is for us as a continent to work cross borders. And it is important for us not to just talk about statistics and talk about the numbers, about like how Africans aren't able to engage with each other in each other's countries, but it is for us to be in the room to speak about strategies that help us lobby as a collective, not in fragmented terms. So the Global Creative Summit does not necessarily have an answer, but it has something better. It has the stakeholders that have the experience, the data, and for us to compile all of this together to say, actually, thematically speaking, if we are going to connect as a continent, these are the steps that need to be taken. So it is a space where everyone wants to be in terms of where the ideas are always consolidated, right? We are always seeing outputs and people are always like, oh, who are the decision makers? The Global Creative Summit gives you the opportunity to be a decision maker. We don't care about your status. We want you as a participant, as a stakeholder in the creative sector to be in the room, to share your voice in the space, and for us to build systems that reflect our needs in the here and now.
The business of the creative industry. We love it. The Global Creative Summit. Check them out on social media. You can Google them as well. On the 13th to the 15th of November, the summit will be coming to South Africa. They are Africa's gateway to the world. Matabo, thank you so much. Galen, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. It's 12 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African time. Don't go anywhere. Some music, some entertainment coming up on The Upside.
Your afternoons just got even better. Fresh and exciting. The Upside. Hooking you up with today's news from an African perspective. AUSISA, the Association of Water and Sanitation Institution of South Africa, is a platform uniting Africa's water professionals. This November, Africa leads the conversation on water and sanitation. Join global and African leaders at the AUSISA Africa and Global South Dialogue 2025 from the 9th till the 12th of November at the Emperor's Palace, Johannesburg. From policy innovation, this is where action meets collaboration for a water-secure future. Register today at ausisa-watersun-dialogue.org or follow at AUSISA on social media. AUSISA, working together for sustainable water and sanitation security in Africa.
Parlez-vous couramment le français? Êtes-vous passionné par la radio? Et êtes-vous qualifié pour travailler en Afrique du Sud? Envoyez-nous votre CV et votre 3 minutes démo en MP3 à @channelafrica.co.za pour avoir une chance de rejoindre la famille Channel Africa. Si vous n'avez pas de réponse après 14 jours, cela signifie que vous n'avez pas été retenu. Channel Africa, la perspective africaine.
No matter where you are, Channel Africa is always with you.
We ain't even got a track on it. I got many blessings, I could brag on it. I've been through the fire, I could talk on it. And I heard it on the street that they got love for me.
Oh, show Baba. Now Baba got they make me come and swag on. Them they bad to me anytime when the song's on. Them they see it like they shining, them they wrong come.
Now you see, say we there on the city. I don't think that any one of you can step to titty. I just wanna sing the song. Break it down, oh yeah, shake it to the gong, yeah.
Baba God don't bless us. Now why we they talk this matter, eh? Some people want to pull me down, I still they walk, eh?
No be say them say, no they do like say you know no. No be say them say, my brother.
Oh yeah, Joe for me, I do bear for now. And but what is okay, I do bear for now. Oh yeah, go mole, I do bear for now. Like a Jones okay.
If I start to talk, the thing where I don't take my eyes, see we no going. My brother, we no going. If I start to count, the thing where my back on it don't do, we no going. My sister, we no going. If I start to talk, the thing where my back on it don't do, we no going.
My sister,
we no going. If I start to count all the blessings my back on they keep me, we no going. My brother, he no going. Oh yeah, throw your hands up in the air for me. If you feel it, sing along, sing the song for me. You can pop anything, lift the bill for me. When the sun comes on, know your job for me.
No follow them, they complain. Make you no forget, say Baba God day. Every day is a good day. Holiday from Monday to Sunday.
Oh yeah, kumole, oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, pate, what show them problem no day. See my life today, blessings every day. And they shine so bright.
They make them, they wonder why we they so composed. Anything we do, we they in control. Anywhere we go, then they won't follow. And anything we touch, we they turn to gold. Oh yeah, Joe for me, I do bear for now. And what is okay, I do bear for now. Oh yeah, go mole, I do bear for now. Like a Jones okay.
Brother, if I start to talk, the thing where I don't take my eyes, see we no going. My brother, we no going. If I start to count, the thing where my back on it don't do, we no going. My sister, we no going. If I start to talk, the thing where my back on it don't do, we no going.
My sister, we no going.
If I start to count all the blessings my back on they keep me, we no going. My brother, he no going. When money no day, every day they say, friends they come and go, but you no leave me alone. Waiting my never see, waiting my never see, waiting my never hear, waiting my never hear. You are take survive, you are take survive. But you always there, you always there. If I start to talk, the thing with my back on it don't do, we no going. My sister, we no going. If I start to count all the blessings my back on they keep me, we no going. My brother, he no going. Oh yeah.
No interruptions, just the music you love on Channel Africa.
Lucia is cool.
You all the maddest, got the Justin people. You say you got me, I just don't believe ya. Don't wanna circle, I guess I don't either. Act like I'm not you, but no, I don't need ya. Jumping out the window, I can never say so. Tell me what you waiting for. Yeah, get where you going. What's with the motive? Too busy hoping. I was the only one. The only one. I was the only one. The only one. Yeah, I was the other one. Just another. You say I'm the best in the world. Penny for your thoughts like bitch tomorrow. You say I'm the best in the world. The world. Moving on, I got the antidote. This you already know. I was the only one. The only one that knows you like I know you. I was there for you. God forbid I put my trust in you. Misinterpretation under pressure got you hated. Is revenge or is it hatred? Life is what you make it. Look at where we are now. This is what you done now. I used to call up your phone when I need someone, yeah. You all the maddest, got the testing people. You say you got me, I just don't believe ya. Don't wanna circles, I guess I don't either. Act like I'm lying, but no, I don't need ya. Jumping out the way, go. I can if I say so. Tell me what you're waiting for. Yeah, get where you going. What's with the motive? Too busy hoping. Oh, was the only one. The only one. I was the only one. The only one, the only one. Yeah, I was the only one.
20 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African Time. We kicked you off in this double play with Tiwa Savage featuring Dr. Sid, If I Start to Talk. And then now, that last song by our guest who will be joining us in studio, Mani Badu. The name of the song is Only One, and exciting for us to be hosting her on the Upside this afternoon because she will be heading off to Reeperbahn Festival in Hamburg, Germany this year. And it's part of the Jägermeister's Global Pass 2.0 initiative. And we can't wait to chat with her about this upcoming festival and what she's up to at the moment. Exciting times on the Upside. It's 21 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African Time. Don't go anywhere. Let's take a quick breather. Then we are back with Mani Badu.
Call us on +27 63 406 9126. And contribute to the conversation.
Zilipendwa na Abedi Jean de la Croix.
Leo tujadili kuhusu chipukizi wanaoimba nyimbo za wasanii wengine. Unadhani hili linatokana na nini, Omari?
Nadhani kweli kwamba tukizama muziki ya sasa hasa wasanii ambao ni chipukizi kwa kweli kwamba yani karibu kutoka muziki wao wenyewe, lakini wanakuwa wanapenda kuhubiria muziki ya zamani hizo muziki ya wengine ambao tayari ni hivyo.
Wengine wanadai kufanya hivyo ni kupromote vipaji vyao haraka ili waweze kujulikana. Je, yawezekana kukawa na ukweli wowote au ndio kukosa kabisa kipaji cha kuandika mistari?
Ndio, unaona kwamba msanii anapoazimia kwamba kuchukua wimbo mwingine wa msanii mwingine na kurudilia mara mbili studio, haionyeshi kwamba yani ndio wanaanza kazi ya muziki aizani, lakini ukiangalia kabisa asilimia kubwa utakuja kuona kwamba wanakosa ile mawazo ya kutunga muziki.
Zilipendwa kila Jumamosi kuanzia saa 12 kamili majira ya Afrika ya Kati hadi saa 1 kamili majira ya Afrika ya Kati.
Mix Vibration sur Channel Africa.
Qu'est-ce qui vous a amené à dire ça? Est-ce que vous avez observé un certain nombre d'événements dans la vie? Est-ce que c'était par rapport à une expérience? Est-ce que vous avez rencontré des choses qui vous ont dit il faut de la patience, comme ça les choses vont venir au bon moment et les bons dieux pourra peut-être me visiter?
Oui, c'était justement un conseil que le Seigneur m'a fait inspirer pour donner à son peuple, parce qu'il y a la plupart des gens, pendant que Dieu bénit les autres, ils pensent que Dieu les a oubliés, et pendant que Dieu ouvre pour les autres, ils pensent que peut-être Dieu n'a pas pu écouter leurs prières. Alors ce n'est pas le cas. Alors Dieu bénit tout un chacun de nous avec son temps. Donc le temps de Dieu est toujours le meilleur dans la vie de tout un chacun de nous.
Mix Vibration tous les dimanches de 18h à 19h, temps universel.
Mmatsheko, Mosito and Tebogo Lekhuleni on the Upside.
23 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African Time. It's time for us to get into a conversation with the star of the moment. She joins us in studio, ladies and gentlemen. No, Mmatsheko will do it.
No, but you're just so amazing. Like, listen, you're gonna hire me, so you'll happen. I can tell you that for free. 24 minutes past 2, and yes, we are joined in studio by South Africa's rising star. And listen, she's really just rising rapidly. Her name is Mani Badu, and she has been taking the music world by absolute storm, coming through with beautiful performances every chance she gets, and really working hard. We are looking at talking to her today around a Style with Jägermeister Global Pass 2.0. Okay, and as we understand it, it's a groundbreaking initiative that spotlights emerging South African talent on international stages. And Mani Badu is set to electrify audiences at the Reeperbahn Festival for the year 2025. Of course, this is in Germany, in the city of Hamburg. Known for her electric style, I'm sure you heard the music, and fearless sound, she is going to be showcasing her genre fluid approach when it comes to her beautiful and glorious and feminine blend between hip hop, rhythm and blues, or R&B as it's known for short, as well as electronic influences, while also just really keeping our identity as South Africa intact through her creativity in music. So a pleasure to have her on the show as we celebrate this milestone, and also the release, almost forgot, the release of the brand new single Only One that we just played on air for the African continent to hear. Welcome, Mani Badu.
Yo, that was a crazy intro. I was like, yo, you're talking about me.
I would get paid to do this for you.
Yo. I was like, damn, that's me.
That is all. That is you, Queen. That is you. Thank you for taking the time to actually join us in studio. Because my hope is that one day when you're standing there winning a Grammy, you can say, thank you so much to Channel Africa. I was in studio. Man, we waiting
I will
for
say that. I'm going to say, my girl, she set me up. She said so many amazing things.
Man.
And from that moment, I knew I was going to win this Grammy.
The Grammy is coming. The Grammy is coming for Best International Act. And we declare it.
Period. Amen.
Amen.
Your mouth to God.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us. But for those that haven't heard, whether they're listening in South Africa or Botswana or Ghana or wherever they're tuning in from, talk to us about your start in music and how you got here.
Firstly, thank you for having me, Channel Africa.
You're welcome.
It's my first time here, but I'm really, really excited. I started making music when I was 12, but like as a joke and a vibe and a fun thing, like, haha, mom, look at me. I want an acoustic guitar and I want to write Jonas Brothers songs on it. But I took music more serious in 2019 and dropped my first single. Then COVID happened and all of that. But here in 2025, long story short, I guess I started really made my first song only when I was 20 years old. And then dropped my first song in 2019. So that's like maybe 2 years, 3 years apart. It wasn't something I was going to do. Like, my mom was always like, you're supposed to be academic and you have all these things. But I got into an accident and I couldn't walk when I was 18. And in the 2 years that I had to relearn how to walk, I was like, man, if I've never learned a lesson about like life can happen, anything can happen to you in a blink of a moment, it's now. And so I was like, I'm going to actually do whatever I want to do. Anything. And then that's what actually that energy just led me into. I transmuted something that was like sad for me at the time into like, actually, I'm gonna take this and run with the rest of my life. Like, yo.
Oh, love that. Mani Badu, the name. Let's start there. These are like basics.
There's Erica Badu.
There's Erica Badu. Now there's Mani Badu. Wait, was that the inspiration? Or the Erica Badu of the world?
A little bit. Like the Badu it's like a Nigerian slang word for somebody that's bad, is what my friend told me. And so my friend was always like, you're so Badu, this is Badu. And I was like, I love that. But Mani is a name my friends gave me when I was still in high school. And I've always loved fashion, always dressed just however I wanted to dress. Even if everybody thought it was weird. And my friends were like, you always look like money. And that's the reason how the name came, even before music. So, yeah, I feel like that was just a confirmation from the universe, even before I knew where the rest of my life would lead me into.
And you've been attracting it ever since.
Hey, it's a manifestation.
Isn't it just?
Like, yo. Also, it like pushes me. I'm like, actually, with this name, I can never be broke. Like,
No, you cannot, and you will not. Okay,
and I will never.
We're going to talk about her participation in the Jägermeister Global Pass 2.0, okay, scheduled to take place very, very soon. So we are talking to South African rising star, superstar Mani Badu. She is live in studio with us, and we're going to continue the chat after the sports bulletin. Figile Lengwati standing by with the latest.
Get the news, music, and lifestyle of Africa on Channel Africa, the African perspective. Sports on Channel Africa, the African perspective.
We bet off with cricket news. South Africa's betting hero Nadine de Klerk says staying calm and collected under pressure was the key to her match-winning performance against India in the ICC Women's Cricket World Cup taking place in India and Sri Lanka. The Proteas beat the co-hosts by 3 wickets in a thrilling encounter in Visakhapatnam, thanks mainly to a brilliant unbeaten 84 off just 54 balls by de Klerk. The Proteas were still staring down the barrel of a gun when de Klerk walked in at number 8. 110 runs were needed from 14 overs, and the all-rounder scored 84 of those. De Klerk says she focused on giving herself a chance towards the end.
We just played smart cricket. Me and Chloe just tried to take it really deep. We knew that if we had to get 40 of the last 4, and the 2 of us were still batting, that we could get it. So it was just about building that partnership, getting ourselves in and then taking especially the paces down. That was always the plan, to try and take the paces down, which was much easier on that surface.
India and the Proteas lost wickets early on before recovering. De Klerk says it seems to be a trend at this World Cup.
The most important part is, and we've seen it in this World Cup, is you just have to stick it out. Doesn't matter if you're batting number 8 or number 9, if you give yourself a chance. I mean, Richard did it today for India as well. Just try and bat time, and I guess when it comes to the back 10, you can really start backing yourself and try and take the game on. And if it does come off, that 70 or 80 runs in the last 10 makes a massive difference in these totals.
The Proteas' next round-robin match is against Bangladesh on Monday at the same venue. On to rugby news. Excitement is building up ahead of this weekend's 27th edition of the Safari Sevens, set to kick off today at the Nyayo National Stadium, as the Kenya Rugby Union KRU confirmed the group stage draws for both men's and women's categories. The tournament will feature 12 men's teams and 8 women's teams battling for glory in one of Africa's most prestigious rugby sevens competitions. In the men's draw, Kenya Shuja headline Pool A alongside the French Renegades, UK Select, and Waguguba Rugby of Uganda. Pool B features Shogun, Uganda Nyati, and KCB Rugby, while Pool C includes Kenya Morans, Zimbabwe, Apache, and Reunion. On the women's side, Kenya Lionesses will lead Pool B alongside Uganda, Belgium, and Tunisia, while Pool A features Costa Blanca Barbarians, Shogun, Kenya Cubs, and Mwamba Select. On to football news. Bafana have safely arrived in Durban ahead of the Crunch 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifier against Zimbabwe this evening, and Saudi-based attacker Mohaun says the team is in desperate need of goals to reclaim top spot in the group. Bafana entered the last 2 World Cup qualifiers against Zimbabwe and Rwanda desperate for points and goals. They are second in Group C behind Benin, tied on 14 points and trailing only on goal difference. The reason why Nkota is prioritizing goals.
Yeah, I think that's the most important thing. That's all we want. We want to go to USA. We've been talking about that since we played our first games. We want to go to the World Cup. So I think for us, the one thing that we have to do, we have to collect the must 3 points, the must 6 points. So we need to work hard. We need to make sure we score more goals. And I think that's going to help us to go to the World Cup.
And finally, with aquatics, Italy's 2022 world swimming champion Benedetta Pilato and another Italian swimmer were banned for 90 days on Thursday for stealing cosmetics at Singapore airport. The pair were caught red-handed on their return from this year's World Championships, where Pilato took bronze in the 50-meter breaststroke. The sanction will prevent the 20-year-old Pilato and 23-year-old Chiara Tarantino from participating in the European Short Course Championship in December in Poland. The pair were arrested by Singapore police on the 14th of August after stealing 2 cosmetic products from a duty-free store at Singapore airport. They were able to return to Italy on the 20th of August after Italian authorities intervened. Pilato said on social media afterwards that she had been involved in this theft independently of her will. For any sports stories you'd like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +2711 714 4459. This is Channel Africa Sport with me, Figile Lungwati.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African Perspective. In this episode of Channel Africa Conversations, Peter talks to Dr. Thulisile Buddha, an academic, author, and an expert in indigenous knowledge systems. Join us for a compelling discussion on preserving African languages and traditions in the digital era. Dr. Thulisile unpacks the role of educators, explorers, and how technologies like AI can support cultural preservation, and challenges us to rethink how we honor African heritage. You can find the episode on YouTube, SABC Plus, and on our website, channelafrica.co.za. This episode is a must-listen for educators, creators, and change makers across the continent. Channel Africa, the African Perspective.
It's 35 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African Time. Let's find out how the markets are moving with business news. Nosipo Zuma is standing by.
Business news on Channel Africa. The African Perspective.
With your business news this afternoon, good afternoon, I am Nolutando Buthelezi. South Africa's Civil Action Group, the organization undoing tax abuse, has commended the Special Investigating Unit for raiding the home of one of the people implicated in the Tembisa Hospital tender fraud. The SIU raided the home of businessman Hangwani Maumela in Sandton, Johannesburg yesterday and seized assets including 3 luxury vehicles. Maumela is accused of securing contracts with over $46.6 million from the hospital. Out to CEO Wayne Duvenage.
This is one person in many, and these are just assets being seized. So it's a good start. What we need to see is how this flows into the NPA, charges, court, and prison time. That's what full accountability is, as well as seizing the assets. And then we need to find the people in the inside, that's in the health department, as well as politicians, to really start undoing this network.
The airports company, South Africa, says that the OR Tambo International Airport is currently experiencing longer processing times at passport control. Both arriving and departing passengers have been affected. However, no reasons have been given for these delays. AXA has advised international travelers to arrive at least 3 hours ahead of departure to allow for sufficient time for all airport formalities. It says that it will issue regular updates on the situation. New York State Attorney General Letitia James has been charged with mortgage fraud. She is the latest political figure of the U.S. President Donald Trump. The Justice Department's charges against James follow former FBI Director James Comey's court appearance on Wednesday. He pleaded not guilty to making false statements in a 2020 congressional hearing. James says that the charges against her are baseless.
The president's actions are a grave violation of our constitutional order and have drawn sharp criticism from members of both parties. His decision to fire a United States attorney who refused to bring charges against me and replace them with someone who is blindly loyal not to the law, but to the president is antithetical to the bedrock principles of our country. This is the time for leaders on both sides of the aisle to speak out against this blatant perversion of our system of justice.
Off to Beijing now. The country is stacking up its bargaining chips ahead of expected US-China talks when Presidents Donald Trump and Xi Jinping visit South Korea, announcing new export controls to tighten its grip over high-tech manufacturing supply chains. The two superpowers look to be struggling to move beyond their current tariff truce, a 90-day pause from the 11th of August that ends around the 9th of November. The officials from both sides continuing to meet to discuss issues predating September's Madrid summit, widely seen as a breakthrough for its TikTok deal, which would see the US take a stake in one of China's most successful companies overseas. Britain has designated Google with strategic market status in online search, the first time it has deployed new powers to tackle the dominance of big tech and paving the way for interventions that it deems necessary. The Competition and Markets Authority's move enables it to compel the Alphabet-owned company to change the way it operates in Britain in the search market. The regulator, which can impose fines for non-compliance and has direct enforcement powers, said in June that its actions would be targeted and proportionate and would unlock innovation in the British tech sector as well as broader economy. The proposed steps from the CMA in June included fair ranking in search and offering consumers more access to alternative search engines. $1 in Nigeria is 1,472 naira. In Botswana, it's 13 bula 20. Kenya, the dollar is trading at 128 shilling for 83. And in Zambia, it's 23 kwacha 24. The BRICS countries, the dollar in Brazil is trading at 5 real 35. Russia is 81 rubles 26. India, it's 88 rupees 80. China, it is 7 yuan 13. While South Africa is $1 is trading at 17 rands 16 cents. $1 is trading at 74 pence to the British pound and 86 to the euro. Looking at your commodities now, gold is trading at $3,999 and platinum at $1,629 per ounce, while Brent crude oil is at $64.37 a barrel. If you have any more business stories that you would like to share with us, please do send an email at newsroom@channelafrica.co.za, or you can call us on +27 11 714 4459.
Business news on Channel Africa. The African perspective. Broadcasting in 5 different languages, connecting the continent. This is Channel Africa, the African perspective. Got something to say? Are you passionate about issues that matter? Do you have a voice that deserves to be heard? Well, we've got the perfect platform for you. Call in or drop us a WhatsApp on +27 63 406 9126, and we will call you back so you could have your say and be part of the conversation.
30 years of age. I just turned 30 on the 15th of November. So that's who I am, you know.
It's not just talk. It's your chance to air your views. Share your opinion. Engage with the community that values your perspective. Follow us on our social media. Visit our website at www.channelafrica.co.za and get ready to share your views on Channel Africa, the African perspective. The right music all the time. On Channel Africa, the African perspective. No fairy tales, just the facts and the music you love. On Channel Africa.
You are the maddest God that just them people. You say you got me, I just don't believe ya. Don't wanna circle, I guess I don't either. Act like I'm not him, but no, I don't need ya. Jumping out the window, I can never say so. your thoughts like bitch I'm wrong. You say I'm the best in the world. The world. Moving on, I got the antidote. This you already know. I was the only one. The only one that knows you like I know you. I was there for you. God forbid I put my trust in you. Misinterpretation under pressure got you hated. Is revenge or is it hatred? Life is what you make it. Look at where we are now. This is what you done now. I used to call up your phone when I need someone. Yeah. You are the maddest, got the distant people. You say you got me, I just don't believe ya. Don't wanna circle, I guess I don't either. Act like I'm dying, but no, I don't need ya. Jumping out the way, go. I can if I say so. Tell me what you're waiting for. Yeah, get where you're going. What's with the motive? Too busy hoping.
45 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African Time. Only One by Money Badu. Come on
So
now.
sensual, so fine, so I love it. How did you come up with your sound? Because I think like that's a very critical step. When artists start, you kind of like want to be like this one, you know, a bit of Rihanna, but so how did you decide this is actually how I best express myself?
To be honest, when I started music, it was myself, and I told my best friend, and we stayed on the same floor in Florida. And her name is Saucy, and she's literally an Indian trapper. Like, she's just the epitome of what a rapper is to me. And when I started making music, I told her, I was like, I have a secret to tell you. I want to make music. And she's like, me too. And then I was like, no ways. And so in the first 2 years of when I started making music, it was her and I, and we were called Tuza Party. And it was just on YouTube beats with my friends, and they were like 15 trapper brews, and we were all in it, like the back house of one of my friends who had a studio in the back house, and you couldn't get on the song if you didn't have a fire verse. And so to me, even at the time, it was like I didn't know how serious I was gonna take it. I honestly thought, because I still had a fashion label that I started with my other best friends. So at the time I was styling music videos, even sometimes being booked as a model and a stylist in the same music video, working at the club, doing a teacher job on the side. I didn't go study, so I was hustling for money and like to just invest in everything I wanted to do and not need my family or even put more pressure on them for anything. So for me, even like the beginning of my music journey was like this random thing that everybody knew around me was like, are you sure? Like, you know, and I was just having fun, like writing and just getting on these beats with my friends. And the more I grew into it, Sosi and I, after the 2 years, we were like, let's actually find ourselves in this music thing, because like what are we doing? Like it was getting crazy, and we did like we're doing performances, and it was getting way more real. And I was like, okay, we need time to actually like figure this out, because it's not looking like a joke anymore. It's like a job. And from there, I started singing more and just being like, I actually don't care if people hate it or whatever. I want to like sing on some rock stuff, and I want to just do anything that's different so I can figure it out. And in that, I now feel like even through all the people that have inspired me, like Tracy Chapman in songwriting, Rihanna or Kendrick, or you know, so many names, I do find myself just making art from a place of not knowing what's gonna come out. So I don't even know, like I don't have any kind of like top of my head inspiration. I just go into the studio and I write from scratch. Like even this Germany trip, I made so many songs in just the week that I was there. From just being there and so excited to just write from scratch. I really love writing music, any kind of music. Like I can make a gospel song right now, you know, and I love it because I do love gospel music. So yeah, I guess that's kind of how I've been inspired to just keep creating, that it's not just like a trying to make a hit or be an artist. It's like really art for me. It's like, you know, my canvas and I'm the painter and just gonna let it
out. So glad I asked you
love
that.
that.
I'm so, what a wholesome response. Wow.
I love that. Listen, we're going to take a quick breather now and continue our conversation because we want to find out all about the festival that you were part of in Germany and what we can expect from you for the rest of the year, because I feel like you are the gift that keeps on giving, and I'll explain why in a second. And so before we quickly go on a break, do you think the odds are in your favor?
Hey, I'm seeing you pull out cards. I get scared, eh? I'm not well under pressure, but I do think the odds are always in my favor. I'm highly favored, okay?
All right.
Highly favored.
All right. I've got a deck of cards here in front of me, and all I'm going to ask you to do is it's called a game of chance. And all you are going to predict is whether the card that I'm about to show you is black or red. It's as simple as that.
Oh, okay.
Out of 3, let's see how many you can get. Okay. Right, first card, black or red?
Red.
Open it. Is it? Black. It's black. Black or red?
Now I'm
Let's see
overthinking
if
it.
the odds are in your favor. Black or red?
Black.
Black. Here we go. Take it. Show
It'll be
it to the camera.
Oh, it's black. Thank
It's
God. If
black,
it
all
wasn't,
right.
I was going to be like, oh, come on now.
1 out of
Cut
2.
it.
1 out of 2. All right, here's the third one. Black
I
or
feel like
red?
it's going to be black again, but I'm
Money
going to say it red because I
Badu.
really want it to be red, but I feel like it's going to be black. But what if I
So
just
what are
say
you
both?
saying?
I'm a Libra. I want both answers.
Equilibrium.
You know,
So is it black or red?
black, but
But final answer, black or red? Red. Show it to the camera.
it's black.
1 out of 3. It's 10
I
minutes
said
before.
black at first.
10 minutes before 3 p.m. Central African Time. We continue our conversation with Mani Badu right after this.
Tune in and turn up the volume. This is Channel Africa. Africa. It's time to plug into the heartbeat of the continent. Tune in to Channel Africa, your go-to radio station that broadcasts in 5 different languages.
L'Afrique du Sud célèbre la journée nationale du
Kabla hujaitwa kwa jina la Double K
or more of our forests have been destroyed. Partido Africano da Independência da Guiné.
See, Channel Africa represents every corner of this amazing land. From Lagos to Cape Town, Nairobi to Dakar, we've got you covered with the freshest news, music, and cultures. So, turn up the volume, feel the rhythm. And join the conversation. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Whatever you want to hear about today's talk, you can only get it on the Upside. Every weekday, 2 to 5 p.m. Central African Time.
9 minutes before 3 p.m. Central African Time. We are still hanging out with the one and only Mani Badu. Listen, she just came back from Germany, from the Reeperbahn Festival in Hamburg, and we'll find out all about that experience. What was the reception like from the people there in Germany? How did you feel being there? But I said earlier that I feel like you're the gift that keeps on giving, because you just gave us only one right now. But earlier this year, you also gave us Misery Loves Company. Tell us about this one. Tell us about this one, only one. What was the inspiration behind it and who is it meant for?
If I'm being honest, the man did make me angry. And I was like, yeah, okay, now I'm going to write a song about it. Yeah. But I mean, the essence of the song really is about reminding yourself that everybody's one of one. Your experience make you one of one. Your family, your name, everything, even just the way you view life. And I think I've learned in my later 20s how important it is for me to stay true to that, even if it goes against the grain of everything, because it's led me into even this room right now, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, you have to remind yourself, you're only one. Literally, you only have one life. You're the only one person. You have this one experience. And I love to be reminded about that. It makes me feel like, yes, I have to go for it right now. If I want to wear this table as fashion, I'm going to do it. Yes. But also in relationships, sometimes you also have to I find myself being the one that overly loves and overly takes care of, and I do find that a lot of women are in those positions where we're the over caretaker and we're everything, and you have to sometimes stand back and say, I'm the only one that can give this. And if there's other options, I implore you to go find them. But you're gonna look back in life and remember that I told you there's only one me. So yeah, both ways, running yourself, but also do remind other people, like, and it's good to stand on your business and stand on it. I'm a very confident person. I'm always like, this is how I feel, this is who I am, and that's that.
I am so in love with your thought catalog. Can I just say, like, I could talk to you all day. It makes me really happy. It means that, like, femininity is in a good place.
Yeah.
If we're thinking like this in our 20s, girl, I love it for you.
It's a thought catalog. I love that. I'm putting that in my notes.
Right? It's a beautiful term. I really appreciate the wholeness of your artistry, because you are actually a visionary. And, we're talking off the record about just some of the other stuff that you're doing. And also, as I was listening to you putting other women on, what can you do? Okay, let's collaborate. Okay, let's do this. Let me start the underground in Melbourne, in Johannesburg. Who can I bring on? I love that energy. That is so progressive. And that is how we build modern community. So talk to me about the underground. I like the concept. And I know that it's something that you're running very passionately at the moment.
Yes, so I work for Underground. It's owned by Not Benjamin, who also does Street Fest and a bunch of events. I'm so passionate about this event. One, because it's a great platform. I've met so many, even producers on Misery Loves Company, my last project, I met at the event. This is number 19 that I'm performing at tonight in Melville, the New Great Dane. Mpana Touchline, super underground lineup as always. Sometimes we do bring on like Flame and a little headliner, but the great thing is that for an hour of beat battles, there's a prize at the end of it. And it's like just producers all in one room sharing in the love of production, simply. And after that, it's an open mic. Anybody can get on, 50 rand at the door. And that's another place where producers and artists get to now meet, just network, just sharing that love, but also go back and meet new people, but then create more music, create more things. And I'm literally one of those artists. I've met so many amazing people in the open mic who's insane now. Who's like Bantu Knots is going crazy. Even VSO in on TikTok, mass artists who started there, who I first saw on an open mic. So I love that, the platform to be anybody and just have a love for something. And even if you don't aspire to be the biggest, but you just love to perform a song that you made. That's what the point of music is. The point of art. I work in this entertainment industry, but I find myself gravitating to keep on like pushing the fact that this is something we're supposed to enjoy. It's supposed to give you a love of life.
Sorry, I have to interject there because I agree with you 500%. Isn't that the cause then of these mental health issues that we have? Because we're no longer creating for the enjoyment of it. We're now creating for likes and who's watching and what other people think, instead of really it coming from you.
100%. You cannot be like sad and depressed if you're a struggling artist and not making money out of something you love. And the only thing that matters when it comes to that something you love is numbers and streams. And how can you not be depressed, So I do agree that has a big part in like the mental health in the entertainment industry as a whole. It took me a while to learn that when people come to the party to have fun, I'm on the job. And I have to separate myself completely from that, even just for my mental health. I always say that if you know me, even in studio and I'm just making songs, I have my glasses on in a hoodie and I'm like Peter Parker. And when it comes to being Mani Badu, it's like I put on a Spider-Man suit. And with great power does come great responsibility.
Totally.
So I also feel like for me to kind of remind myself that like, I'm having fun, but also I do want to make money and have a job. I have to like almost separate the two people completely. Right. It's sad though. I want to just be me and like have a good time and like the money just comes, and it's not realistic now, but I do hope in the next 10 years there's more people like me who's setting the standard that it can be that. But you need like a trade union for artists in entertainment, which I would also love to start. Like I do want to get into the political scene and the social scene when it comes to Like, what is next? Like, you know, like, can't we complain? Why isn't there?
You're very radical. You do so good at that.
I think I would.
In
But
your
I do
next
think about it.
timeline,
Like,
yeah.
you can, like, what can you do? You can go on Instagram and on in Twitter and only add somebody who did you wrong. There's not much that artists, we're not protected in any way, really. And I feel like that's just, it's so, because this literally work. And also a big chunk of employment is groove. You know what I mean? It's bartenders and waiters and even the club girls. If you go there and you just think, oh, she's just the club girl. She's making money. She's going home and buying food for her family. Like, that's a job, you know? And a job that you don't need a degree for one. You know, a job for anybody and anyone. And yeah, in Cyril's economy, hey.
You were not part of Cyril's economy for a couple of weeks. You were part of some Germany's economy.
Hey, the Euros.
You were at Reeperbahn. Tell us about that experience. We have run out of time, but very quickly, how was that experience for you?
It was amazing. Shout out to Jägermeister Global Pause. Thank you so much for having me. My team, so amazing. Never ever thought that I did think I'm lying, but but it feels so great to first of all leave the African continent for the first time for music, for the work that I do. And Reeperbahn Festival was insane, sold out shows. Germany is an amazing place to be in. Great culture. They're so open-minded. Doesn't matter who they were. Doesn't matter what age. Also, they're not like, oh, you're young and that's too underground for me. They just love music and art, and that exact thing planted the seed in my mind where I was like, yes, this is exactly what it's supposed to feel like in my work. People are supposed to be happy, and I'm supposed to be happy that they're happy.
Love that.
We're happy, and we're happy to have met you. Where can we find the music? We want to listen.
Money Badu on all platforms. Wherever you search, you'll find me there. Money, like Chankura Chelete, and Badu, Badoo, world on all platforms. I promise you.
Nice one. And also, if we want to catch your gig guide, I'm sure we go on your Instagram.
Go onto my Instagram, but
tell us where you are.
Underground, Melville. See you later.
There we go. Thank you so much, Mani Badu. It was wonderful to exchange lovely energies with you. It is 3 p.m. Jolani Chulongwebe standing by with the latest news.
Get the news, music, and lifestyle of Africa on Channel Africa, the African perspective. SABC News.
Of South Africa. He praised Mthethwa's lifelong dedication to his country from his early days as an ANC youth leader and trade unionist to his final role representing South Africa in France, saying his legacy will be remembered and cherished by the diplomatic community.
We will remember him for a great deal. We have been following up his historical background. He had a lot to do with his country as a young African National Congress youth leader, and his contribution as a workers' union leaders to the political levels, and finally in his last journey of life as the representative of the people of South Africa in the Republic of France.
South Africa's crime intelligence boss, Dumisani Khumalo, will not appear before the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry when it resumes its hearings on Monday. The evidence leaders, however, will apply for the hearings to be conducted in a closed session. The commission is probing allegations of criminality, political interference and corruption in the justice system. The commission's spokesperson is Jeremy Michaels.
Due to the nature of the evidence to be presented when the hearings resume, the evidence leaders will apply for the hearings to be conducted in camera, meaning that the hearings will be held in a closed session at which members of the public and the media will not be allowed. If the Commission grants the application, the hearings will then proceed in camera until further notice. We must clarify that Lieutenant General Dumisani Khumalo, the SAPS head of crime intelligence, will not testify during this period.
The High Court in Johannesburg has granted businessman Gadiso KT Molefe bail of $23,000. He was arrested for his alleged involvement in the 2023 murder of Oba Sefoka, commonly known as DJ Somebody. In August, the Alexandra Magistrates Court denied Molefe bail, saying he'd failed to present exceptional circumstances to justify his release. Molefe then challenged the ruling. He is one of the businessmen alleged to be part of what has been termed the Big Five drug cartel. Judge Brad Wellness says the lower court's decision was based on speculation. Zimbabwean opposition lawmaker Desire Moyo has died after the vehicle he was travelling in hit an elephant. State media is reporting that the accident happened in the early hours of the morning, while Moyo and 4 others Rather, while Moyo and 4 other MPs were travelling along the Bulawayo-Gweru highway. Moyo died instantly while his fellow lawmakers were injured. He was a member of the opposition Citizens for Coalition Change, led by Nelson Chamisa, and served in the Zimbabwean Parliament's Sport, Recreation, Arts and Culture Committee. Tributes are pouring in for the well-known poet, hailed for his contribution to the arts. And finally, the Israeli military says the ceasefire agreement with Hamas in Gaza has now come into effect. In a statement on social media, Israel says its forces have partially withdrawn from the Palestinian territory. Hamas now has 72 hours to release all Israeli hostages, while Israel will release hundreds of Palestinian prisoners. Following the announcement, displaced Palestinians have been seen returning to their homes. The BBC's Rushdie Abulaf has the story.
Thousands of people walking on foot, carried by donkeys, cars and pickup cars, are making their way back to the northern Gaza. About 700,000 people who were displaced because of the Israeli operation within Gaza City are now allowed to be back after Israel completed its withdrawal, and now thousands of people are walking back to Gaza. Earlier today, the people within Gaza City who were going to check in their house, where they were shocked by the scale of destruction.
Recapping the top story this hour, the Tanzanian High Commissioner to South Africa has paid tribute to the late South African ambassador to France, Natim Tetwa. For any news stories you would like to share with us, please do send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +27 11 714 4459. For Channel Africa News, I'm Jolani Tulo Wepe.
SABC News. The African Perspective.
It is 7 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African Time. Welcome to the final hour of The Upside. What a Friday show it is this afternoon. We've got guests galore, superstars galore. We had representation from Nigeria, from Ghana, South Africa. We had Seychelles pull through this afternoon. Hey, we are continental. On the upside,
aren't we just?
But we always are. Let's be honest. Let's be fair.
Yes.
Every single day.
Every day with the gateway.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the upside, your gateway to the good life on Channel Africa, the African perspective with Tebogo, Lekhuleni and Mmatsheko Mosito. Still coming to you live from the Auckland Park Studios in Johannesburg, South Africa. Join us on our social media platforms where you can keep up with all the live action at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok. Alternatively, just download that SABC Plus app so you can take us with you wherever you go on your Android or your iOS device. We are about to get into conversation with Chico, but I want to say Grootman Chico. It's not that one. It's the other. It's the baby Chico. About his latest collaboration with Focalistic. That sounds exciting.
It sounds exciting. I'm really happy to learn, because it looks like Chico and Focalistic are going to take Mapiano to new heights with their latest album, and Chico is going to be joining us in studio, and he's going to tell us about it. He's going to tell us about this collaboration that he has. The album also showcases a wide array of collaborations with DJ Maporisa, Melo and Sleazy and Harmonize. So there's quite a few people on this album that I'm very happy to learn about, and he's going to join us in studio and tell us about them.
It's the way you were reading those names for me.
I need to get people's names correctly,
I had a random thought, very random thought, driving to work.
Tell me.
Who insures taxis?
We're not having the conversation about
No,
those people again. It's
for
a
real.
very important
It's a very
industry. It transports people.
Do we know?
No, it's a very good question, though. Oh my goodness!
I was just asking. I was randomly just driving to work this afternoon. I was
it's
like,
a little bit naughty, but it's a very good question.
Yeah, I was driving. I was like, okay, but they drive however they want. I mean, what if something happens? There must be a high risk. So who insures taxis? Anyway, maybe we'll find out. Anyway, today that's not the conversation. That's not the conversation. We get into conversation with Chico after this. But I thought I'll just plant it in there. We'll get the answer soon. Maybe have a proper conversation about it. It's 10 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African time. Welcome to the final hour of The Upside.
We are on Open Views Audio Bouquet. Channel 628. Africa. It's time to plug into the heartbeat of the continent. Tune in to Channel Africa, your go-to radio station that broadcasts in 5 different languages.
L'Afrique du Sud célèbre la journée nationale du
Kabla hujaitwa kwa jina la Double K,
or more of our forests have been destroyed. Partido Africano da Independência da Guiné.
See, Channel Africa represents every corner of this amazing land. From Lagos to Cape Town, Nairobi to Dakar, we've got you covered with the freshest news, music, and cultures. So, turn up the volume, feel the rhythm. Enjoy the conversation. Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Siyabangena manje. Vito Jablan Kolele Imagoda. Jablan is a young man from Guyana in Limpopo in South Africa. A very easy guy, taking things easy. To know me is to know that I love what I do, which I'm crazy about it. So when you hear me on radio, expect the best. Expect great music. Expect great content. Expect 180 minutes of nothing but fun. You'll find me on the morning reset, 3 to 6 a.m., Monday to Friday. Siyabangena baba. Ay. Mbuleke.
Channel Africa, your voice, your sound, and your home. Stay logged right here.
Before the COVID, it's a lot of getting net to make baby gadino. Cam check cooler box near the left one. I should find no kala. A couple of snacks, I know catches us keep us up as a diesel. Hey, get like half a young. Tell us bright. So that she will be about cheap, about your ashi. Sigareka bago wet 99. Rasona saka skip. Kerel McCoy when I plastic. Bafana about hash, I keep about 3 C's. Set a jigga speed. Posanya garuti. No, we're going to pull a DC. Fana nigga mo chela ne batla ka sifela yana se sengwe yana. Ne sere komora. Kai komora. Erigine kwela batla ke ya uzo. Ra khala tsola vile ka bo hat. No or sing it up but skimile mabanda. Dara sfela batans. Kadekala. Arahano fasit, Jagala, Sekafato Hasis, Saturday, sharp but really tell. When I find a more, I come with a chico. Yeah, I get a nigga. I just give boom. That's a tata. But then I'm finding about this on my yo, but it's a
Yo no sanjojela, skimpo, ta, uruku. Found me steady chillin', don't make me go loco. Don't you test my patience, my mind is not safe. I'm beyond insane, nah. Go them bed, nah, bed, I bed, nah, bed. Nakshi you can tell, kisi khafu sanyas, shapaka black yadi boza. You'd swear I'm closer, bed, nah, bed, I bed, bed. Nakshi you can tell, kisi khafu sanyas, shapaka black yadi boza. You'd swear I'm closer.
Kyla Jola feel like I was hot. No, when I sing it up, but give me let my bandage. Let us feel about fans. Can you tell? I don't have no fancy. Jagala se cafeto hasi. Saturday, Ota. Can you tell?
If it's news and current affairs, leading opinions, and thought leaders that get you groove, this is your home, The Upside.
16 minutes past 3 p.m. in Central African time. Thank you for staying with us. This is us in the last hour of the show. We're going to be speaking to Chico and Focalistic as they talk to us about how they are leading Mapiano and taking it to greater heights. It's going to be exciting.
I tell you what, because I was trying to find on social media just to make sure that I'm not getting the wrong Chico, because you know I've got Chico Twala, Grootman, right? And his handle on social media is Exe Chico.
Oh, I love that.
There we go. So you won't mistake it. Chico a lot is his actual social media handle that is on Instagram.
Except Chico, it basically tells me, listen, I'm here, I've arrived. Hello, greetings to everybody on the African continent.
I love that.
That's what that says to me.
I love that.
Love it for him.
We'll be getting into conversation with him to talk all things his brand new album with Focalistic. It's called Based on a True Story. Just that title alone.
What a title. That's quite a title.
And already some of the songs that are on there are, tearing through the charts on TikTok and also on Spotify. And we'll be getting into conversation with him to find out more about what the album is all about and who's it intended for and some plans for the rest of the year, any tours, any performances. What can we keep up with when it comes to Exe Chico? It's 18 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African time. Our conversation with him comes right off the song break, but he'll be joining us in studio, so don't go anywhere.
We take no sides, none whatsoever. We are The Upside. The Upside, live and real.
aklaji ngiyakuruza ngimuri nakudola emakasma atoroza ay mletheki solobola ufuni aklaji ngiyakuruza ngimuri nakudola emakasma atoro mletheki solobo limuri nyakoto kupangamato akhasma yachoro letegi solobo limuri nyakoto unyakla nyakuru emakhas yachoroza ay letegi solobola ufuni yakla nyakuruza limuri nyakoto limuri ainale makasmas no yakusi tabosi tabomelo MK kana selfie see I tell fa telebushi tabosi tabomelo MK kana selfie see sadu I tell fa telebushi tabosi tabomelo MK kana selfie see sadu yamasma achara leteki yolobo limuri nakoto kupangama akhasma achara leteki yolobo limuri
The Upside, live and real.
Emakasma
25 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African Time. Daliwonga featuring Melo, Sleazy, and MJ. Abomvelo. Oh! What a banger that song is. And we are getting ready to have a conversation with Chico because he's collaborated with Focalistic. The album is called Based on a True Story. He'll be joining us live in the studio to tell us a bit more about this this album, the collaboration, and what else we can expect from him. And actually joins us in studio. Oh my goodness, he just walked in, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to Channel Africa, Chico!
Yo, how you feeling, guys?
Oh, good, man. Oh,
listen,
good.
can I just say, I really dig that. Exe Chico. It's like, I have arrived. I'm here.
It's a whole thing. Actually, I'm supposed to do it the right way. Exe di sama kali Chico mfana ko pitoro mfana so right into us skr get from Channel Africa. We're about to have ourselves a good time right now. One twara.
Come on, brother.
It's a whole thing. Yo.
How you doing, man? How you doing, man?
I'm fantastic, man. Thank God it's a Friday, you know.
Yeah, 100%. Listen, you exciting things that are happening in your world right now. You've partnered up with Focalistic. Hey, based on a true story. Tell us how that came about.
You know, it's actually crazy for you to put it like that, partnered up. You know, this is someone I actually used to look up to from a very long time before I even started working with him.
Yeah.
And for to see how the relationship at hand has matured into what it is today. Yeah. You know, 3 years ago we put out a single, Pele Pele.
Yeah.
You know, that was my first record with him. And you know, this project based on a true story, the album was so highly anticipated and premeditated on our end, you know, because it's something we constantly, kept on going back and forth about, but we never actioned it. It's actually quite crazy because all of this is happening whilst we are both working on our albums. You know, I'm working on my album 13, 14.
Okay.
You know, we were even able to squeeze in that idea into this project because there's a record. 13, 14, the interlude, so it's like a prelude to the album, you know. But yeah, the album, you know, is just us coming together, you know, and working on this music like we said we would. You know, we promised the people for a very long time that this is how we're gonna action it. So yeah, man, it's just it's been a crazy experience. I'll tell you that for sure.
Nah, man, I love it for you. And I love the excitement on your face when you're just talking about your project. And we have some time with you. So during the course of the show, we'll get to learn more about Chico. Who are you? Where you from? What are you all about?
Hey.
And it's quite exciting that he joins us now in studio.
Absolutely. 28 minutes past 3 p.m. in Central African Time. Listen, before we go any further, and talking about the true story that this album is based on, we need to talk about the name, okay? Because obviously it automatically sounds like it's a homage to Grootman Chico Twala. So
100%.
talk to us about how you got that name.
You know, my real name is Shiko. You know, Shiko Matleviani. Shiko. I was born in Limpopo. I grew up in Soweto, but I was raised in Pretoria. It's a whole thing. However, whilst I was in, Soweto, I was raised by a Zulu man married to a Pedi woman, being my grandmother, Martha Mulepudi Kabeko. You know, I know she's listening right now.
Beautiful.
And how he pronounced my name all the time was Chico instead of Shiko. Chico. Now ultimately, you know, that
because
grew.
you couldn't say sh.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just arrogance. You know how Zulu man now, man. You know how it is. That's it. So I think it just stuck. You know. Also, everyone else just started calling me Chico Twala, Chico Twala. I don't know if maybe that served him as maybe the leeway into me then ultimately loving music. But you know, I know my father was, you know, like a music phenomenon, like at heart. So you know, I had to love and grow up, you know, embracing music like this. But yeah, Chico. Then the apostrophe, how it's written, you know, it's like the CH apostrophe double CO. You know, it looks like it's Chico, but there's an I missing. That's mostly because, you know, there was a point where I'd research a lot of artist names, and you know, when you search one specific name, maybe 4 or 5 artists appear, or 7 artists appear, or other brands appear. So I just wanted to, you know, alleviate that problem from the onset.
And to distinguish yourself.
Immediately. So yeah, that's really just it though. sexy.
Love it. It's 30 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African time. We're hanging out with Chico, and we'll continue our conversation with him about his collaboration with Focalistic and also what we can expect from him for the rest of the year. Let's get the latest in sports. Figile Lingwati standing by.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
Let's kick off with football news. Zimbabwe head coach Michael Nies says their main priority today is not to spoil anyone's party, but to produce a good result for their nation's pride. The Warriors take on Bafana Bafana in their penultimate 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifier at Moses Mabhida Stadium in Durban, with Zimbabwe already out of the contention for a spot in the USA, Canada and Mexico. But Bafana are desperate for points and need to secure victory in their last two matches, with goal difference also a factor. And Nias says Bafana will have to fight for their desired result. And the Zambian national soccer team last night beat Tanzania in 1-0 in a World Cup qualifier Group E match played in Tanzania. Chipolopolo coach Avram Grant says his team fully deserved their victory over Tanzania. Zambia's Fashion Sakala scored the only goal in the 74th minute after tapping home a Lubambo Musonda assist to seal all 3 points for the Copper Bullets. Zambian coach Graham praised his players for showing determination and tactical discipline against a well-organized Tanzanian side. Grant said the victory was an important step in Zambia's mission to secure a spot and a top 2 finish in Group E, and will help the team to better prepare for the forthcoming AFCON in December. On to cricket news. South Africa's betting hero Nadine de Klerk says staying calm and collected under pressure was the key to her match-winning performance against India in the ICC Women's Cricket World Cup taking place in India and Sri Lanka. The Proteas beat the co-hosts by 3 wickets in a thrilling encounter in Visakhapatnam, thanks mainly to a brilliant unbeaten 84 off just 54 balls by de Klerk. The Proteas were still staring down the barrel of a gun when de Klerk walked in at number 8. 110 runs were needed from 14 overs, and the all-rounder scored 84 of those. De Klerk says she focused on giving herself a chance towards the end.
We just played smart cricket. Me and Chloe just tried to take it really deep. We knew that if we had to get 40 of the last 4, and the two of us were still batting, that we could get it. So it was just about building that partnership, getting ourselves in and then taking especially the paces down. That was always the plan, to try and take the paces down, which was much easier on that surface.
India and the Proteas lost wickets early on before recovering. De Klerk says it seems to be a trend at this World Cup.
The most important part is, and we've seen it in this World Cup, is you just have to stick it out. Doesn't matter if you're batting number 8 or number 9, if you give yourself a chance. I mean, Richard did it today for India as well. Just try and bat time, and I guess when it comes to the back 10, you can really start backing yourself and try and take the game on. And if it does come off, that 70 or 80 runs in the last 10 makes a massive difference in these totals.
And finally, with rugby news, excitement is building up ahead of this weekend's 27th edition of the Safari Sevens at Nyayo National Stadium, as the Kenya Rugby Union confirmed the group stage draws for both men and women's categories. A tournament will feature 12 men's teams and 8 women's teams battling for glory in one of Africa's most prestigious rugby sevens competition. For any sports stories you'd like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +2711 714 4459. This is Channel Africa Sport with me, Figile Lungwati.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African perspective. The Midnight Snack, 12 to 3 a.m.
Our fitness coach, her name is Yvonne Dimakatso Pasha. How to remain consistent with gyms, Dima, and I'm going to put you on the spot right now. As we are talking, I will send you my picture, and I want you to tell me what you think I should work on. Because, you know, when I look at myself, Dima, I think I'm very handsome. I'm so good looking, oh my goodness. Like here at Channel Africa where I work, I think I'm one of the most good looking people ever. Like, Like sometimes when I look at myself in the mirror, I never get used to how good I look. I'm just amazing.
You're okay with the way you're looking. You wish people could photograph from and now you want to put me on the spot.
do I need gym?
Yeah. I mean, if you can just consider eating healthy, cutting down a few foodstuffs such as junk.
The Midnight Snack, every Monday, 12 to 3 a.m. with Chanduko Ligege. This is The Upside for the best African vibes, groundbreaking content.
35 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African time. Let's get the final business news this afternoon on The Upside. Noluthando Buthelezi is standing by.
Business news on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
In your business news this afternoon, Botswana has enforced a new rule requiring mining companies to sell 24% stake in new concessions to local investors if the government chooses not to buy the stake. The rule was proposed last year as part of draft legislation, but the government had not said when it would take effect. The Mines and Minerals Act previously gave Botswana's government the right to buy a 15% shareholding in any mining concession upon being licensed, with an option for a higher stake in diamond projects. The International Monetary Fund said that a staff visit to Kenya took stock of the latest microeconomic developments and discussed reforms that could pave the way for a new program. The IMF said in a statement that policy priorities included measures to enhance fiscal policy credibility, ensure sustainability of public finances and debt, and minimize fiscal, financial, and external sector risks. Discussions with Kenyan authorities are expected to continue during the upcoming IMF annual meetings. The East African nation's $3.6 program with IMF expired earlier in this year, and some officials expressed interest in getting a new one that will include a lending component. Moving on to South Africa, the Civil Action Group, Organization Undoing Tax Abuse, has commended the Special Investigating Unit for raiding the home of one of the people implicated in the Tembisa Hospital tender fraud. The SIU raided the home of businessman Hangwani Maumela in Sandton, Johannesburg yesterday and seized assets including 3 luxury vehicles. Maumela is accused of securing contracts with over $46.4 million from the hospital. Outer CEO Wayne Duvenage.
This is one person in many, and these are just assets being seized. So it's a good start. What we need to see is how this flows into the NPA, charges, court, and prison time. That's what full accountability is, as well as seizing the assets. And then we need to find the people in the inside, that's in the health department, as well as politicians, to really start undoing this network.
New York State Attorney General Letitia James has been charged with mortgage fraud. She is the latest political foe of U.S. President Donald Trump. The Justice Department's charges against James follow former FBI Director James Comey's court appearance on Wednesday. He pleaded not guilty to making false statements in a 2020 congressional hearing. James says that the charges against her are baseless.
The president's actions are a grave violation of our constitutional order and have drawn sharp criticism from members of both parties. His decision to fire a United States attorney who refused to bring charges against me and replace them with someone who is blindly loyal not to the law, but to the president, is antithetical to the bedrock principles of our country. This is the time for leaders on both sides of the aisle to speak out against this blatant perversion of our system of justice.
Canada's economy posted a surprise 60,400 net job gains in September, almost entirely reversing the losses of the previous month, but was not enough to bring down its multi-year high unemployment rate. The jobless rate was at 7.1%, same as the prior month when the rate hit a 9-year high outside of the pandemic years. Analysts polled by Reuters has forecasted job gains of 5,000 and the unemployment rate to edge up to 7.2%. Canada's employment gains this year has averaged about 24,000 jobs per month, almost 10,000 less than seen in the previous 2 years, as U.S. tariffs have either forced job cuts or dissuaded employers from hiring more. $1 in Nigeria is 1,472 naira. In Botswana, 13 pula 20. Kenya, the dollar is trading at 128 shilling 483. And in Zambia, it's 23 kwacha 24. The BRICS countries now. $1 in Brazil is trading at 5 real 35. Russia is 81 rubles 26. India, it's 88 rupees 80. China, 7 yuan 13. And South Africa, $1 is trading at 17 rands 16 cents. $1 trading at 74 pence to the British pound and 86 to the euro. Looking at commodities now, gold is trading at $3,999 and platinum at $1,629 per ounce, while Brent crude oil is quoted at $64.37 a barrel. For any business stories that you would like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za, or you can call us on +27 11 714 4459.
Business news on Channel Africa. The African perspective. Hi there. Do you want to elevate your business and give it a voice in South Africa and Africa as a whole? Well, in that case, let Channel Africa make this a possibility. Channel Africa is willing to advertise your business for as little as 30,000 rands or $1,719.18. To get access to these great rates, send all requests to mokoenata@SABC. That's MOKOENATA@SABC. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Whatever you want to hear about today's talk, you can get it on the upside.
You saw me on the I change your first choice. These days, what's up, frosted. These days, what's up, frosted. You saw me on the TV, I change how I speak. Feeling your top, your pain and only last one swing. These days, what's up, frosted. Baby, you know I need ya. You been thinking that I'll play around. Baby, nah. I've always loved you, but you tell me now. One chincha, foolish wanting something better. When I say better, I mean you. Baby, trust me now, yeah. One chincha, now I'm myself, and now I'm on my knees now. Know about it, on my knees right now. I thought you were the one that's life, not the I just wanna be safe now. And live I go there, you're still mine, and I am yours till kingdom come. These days, what's up, frosted. These days, what's up, frosted. You saw me on the TV, might change how I speak. Feeling your top, your pain and You're the last one, swank, yeah. So every eye.
45 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African time. We're hanging out with the man of the moment, Chico. That's his song there. That one. It's let me pronounce it properly. Is it 31314?
31314.
Oh, 31314.
So it's 31314 interludes. Like that's the name of the album. The album I'm putting out after this one. So hence we squeezed in this interlude. Big shout out to Marathon of actually allowing this idea. But yeah, man, it's just the whole point of it is just to tap into that nostalgic feeling. SMS love. So 313.
I love that.
And you find those tunes
so good.
Oh,
that is so good. Okay, so that's what 31314 is all about, because that was going to be the question. Okay, so now we are waiting with breath that is bated. When is 31314?
I can't give you a date right now. We just put out an album based on a true story.
Okay.
We can't divert from all of that music as of yet.
Of course.
There's actually some records that I'm seeing them, bubble up all of a sudden, out of nowhere. There's one called Wave Q Wave with Scott Mapuma on it and Cool MC, Shakes and Less. It's actually crazy because you have heavyweights in one record, and you're just letting the music do its thing.
How blessed are you? Okay, I need
to God be the glory always.
I need to take my excitement now, because I'm like, oh my God, all these albums.
Talk to me.
Based on a true story. Yeah, I love that title. There's depth there, and I would imagine that there's a bigger story. Hey.
Of course, this ultimately just stems from how we're trying to, ensure that this body of work encapsulates, our lives on the road, our time in studio, the relationship we share with our families, and, just taking that time we spend in studio together and trying to transfer that energy to thousands of people is actually that was the actual objective. The goal, obviously, with a whole lot of music making processes, that the end goal is to achieve these accolades and get your project on this number, on this specific chart, etc. What we were aiming for here is hearts, not charts. So even with the whole intention with it was that this past weekend I just mentioned that we're rocking Homecoming. Big shout out to Homecoming Africa. Be standing on that stage with over 8,000 people packed out, and they're singing this music that we made together alone, like just two of us in studio. Big shout out to Sims Noring, also he's the producer for the record Beyonce Baby.
Just hit 1 million?
We just hit 1 million on Spotify. Hey. I don't even know where it's on Apple Music. It's probably on 1 million too. You never know. It's just M's on M's on M's.
Listen, honey. They're calling each other in.
But yeah, man, just having to see, that energy being reciprocated, like as per our intentions. That's really what has always been like what we're trying to do based on a true story. And the stories that we're telling are just there. There's love stories, there's heartbreak stories. There's redemption stories. There's war cries. It's just it's pretty. It's a pretty fun project. It's a really straightforward. I saw someone on TikTok doing a nice review on it, and it was just exactly what we said it's gonna be. Fun, simple, good vibes. Summertime. That's it. Based on a true story.
Oh, man, so good.
Love that. 12 minutes before 4 p.m. Central African time, we're hanging out with Chico. And after the break, we're going to throw some more questions in his direction, including the importance of collaboration in this music industry, particularly with where he wants to take his music. Don't go anywhere.
África. Conhece o Ntivani?
Claro que sou eu.
Ntivani é o amante da música de corpo e alma.
Eu amo música africana.
Ele aprecia todos os tipos de melodias e passa os seus dias a ouvir a Channel África. Adivinha só, a Channel África quer ajudar o Tivani e os amantes da música em todo o lado a descobrir ainda mais música incrível. Por isso, a Channel África está a convocar artistas africanos a submeterem as suas músicas. Músicos, lembrem-se de nos dar todas as informações relevantes no music@channelafrica.co.za. As submissões são a vossa oportunidade de ser ouvidos, mas não garantem inclusão na lista. Todas as submissões serão cuidadosamente analisadas para verificar se cumprem os requisitos da nossa estação. Canal África, a perspectiva africana.
Mmatsheko Mosito and Tebogo Lekhuleni on the upside.
Alex Auboni Gidibeke. It's too much reference take a leke. Tu sang tibang na kumotangele no mo tabuleper. Abuleper. System ero fedite di pete. Misale stepe. Gotta body count die, subscribe or die, YouTube ya go screw. Kim contact Moses Chavo Saris you ever know. Toge maspala arum kwaza big kids agararu. Chile boswaga no les taja sa tuta mapantu. Stop my baby go get it. Take the pizza gala meti. Stila pila neginya ka was kafti. Something like a takeaway to me. Divide. Ah divide. Baby girl sana hana gelebe. Muro bile below I fade. Divide. Ah divide. Baby girl sana hana gelebe. Muro bile below I fade. No get amaya le fate lo tekinya kalerat Banyana babarata maka hufeta tekana Kinya stress baby Regala di sette baby Aspali ki Beyonce baby Okaza really cosa baby Aginya ki stress baby Regala di sette baby Aspali ki Beyonce baby That's really cosa baby Gotta body come die, subscribe or die YouTube ya go screw Contact Moses Chavo Saris you never know Toge maspala arum kwaza Wickets agararu Chile boswaga no las tajas Tuta mapantu Tibidibide Ah tibidibide Baby girl sana hana gelebet Murobile below I fate Tibidibide Ah tibidibide Baby girl sana hana gelebet Murobile below I fate
7 minutes before 4 p.m. Central African Time. Beyonce Baby. Chico and Focalistic. Tell us about this one. Tell us specifically. Beyonce Baby.
I mean, I'll be honest, our whole one thing though, one unspoken fact about this whole project that it's very female friendly, this being the first project on the song Beyonce Baby. The whole thing is just about, it's a heartbreak song, but it's not like a version of Heartbreak where I'm shaming the specific woman at hand. It's just like, Beyonce Baby, Beyonce is that dope. She's amazing.
Oh, papi, I love that.
She's an inspiration. She's a legend. Maraga so pale. Lo na tantse flexing and something. So it's really just that, man. Shout out to again Maradona, Jay-Z, Focalistic, President Astrata, and Sims Noring. This was really a beautiful record to make, yo. that's really just it. Beyonce baby. Like, it's even nice to say Beyonce baby. Beyonce baby.
And I think that's probably what what caught people, and then they listen to the song and it's like, okay, it's also doing the
women.
things.
Surely you can understand why I'm saying this.
It is very feminine friendly.
Yeah.
I love that. And also I hear the sample from Ishmael Lowe.
Especially we had to pay homage, and actually that's
beautiful.
For all, that's really for all souls, like even me when I was in the studio making the song, like when Booker came up with the concept, I was not understanding where he was getting the interpolation. Like really I was not, because I had my own vibe, like and then once I understood it and he showed me, he said, young boy, let me show you something.
Let me teach you a thing or two.
We go to YouTube, and then he actually fetches the extra, your sample, and then we just flipped it, obviously made it, what it is today. And that's the part of flipping music. We also sampled a very classic Pitori banger, Shoelele.
Wow. So, yes.
As you can hear it in the background if you know it.
It's there.
So yeah, man, the sampling game also at hand is so crazy, because that's, I think, our way of paying homage, to the people that serve as our daily inspiration as far as music we make, but also like just tapping in, testing out the creativeness, the creativeness. Sorry, because at hand, what really happens is that every record is truly just like an experimental thing. We're really just working around finding a solution, and then what we put out is what we supposedly think is the solution. We never know until the people tell us that one Beyonce baby girl na braga Beyonce baby. So that's really what it is.
It's already doing the most, over what you said, over 1 million on Spotify. Come on now. Talk to us about the importance of collaborations.
Collaboration, man. Collaboration, like as we always say, collaboration, over competition. In this sense, it's like we are actively trying to facilitate this growth so much that it serves as like our own creative economy. Community is currency, and we embrace that so much. So I cannot think of a world where we are not putting each other on, because I think like you never know what opportunity lies ahead. Maybe the platform that you're enabling the next person is somewhere where you couldn't even reach. So I, for one, am actually very blessed to be in this space I'm in. Truly, thank heavens. I think this is truly just the product of my mother's everyday prayers. To be around people who inspire me so much, and who work so hard as well. Like think of the likes of Bobby Cooper. You have Melo and Sleazy. The whole PSL as a whole. MJ. It's a whole thing. And just to have those people around us, and all we ever stress is that let's keep going. Let's keep going. I think there's nothing I would actually take pride and more refuge in other than that. Like straight up.
Okay, you got to teach me. I don't know what PSL is.
Pretoria Super League. Pretoria Super
nah.
League. It's a
Yo.
PSL. So hey, there's the Premier Soccer League. That's on Pretoria Super League.
Pretoria Super League.
Understand
From Pretoria, go Mamelodi to Soweto, go Pimp Town. To where else have you been? You've been all around, man.
Take it to Seshego Zone 3, take it to Seshego, Mama Wolo, Ratule,
to the world.
We can take it to Mabopani,
Mabopsi.
I can take it to Alberton, I can take it to the south, I can take it to Risa go, no shata fela no itiki. Lelo hodimong ratena. Amen.
You are just so epic. It was beautiful to get to know you.
Why is it was? Why it sounded like we were closing this? Is that what's happening?
The party's over, y'all.
Way.
The party's over.
No ways. So much for the African perspective.
No, temporarily, but listen, let's do it this way, né? Let's do it this way.
Yeah.
We're gonna follow you, okay? And we know that based on a true story, it's already out there. If it's a digital platform, please do the right thing. It's that simple. Okay? But I want to see you on stage. I want to be in the front row of that situation. Where are you for the duration of the year?
I got you. I mean, like, we put out, like, I'll tell you other things for sure. I know the calendar is full. So if you guys are trying to make your bookings right now, Yo, man, it's
2026,
it's pretty hectic, but you can find me on all the socials. Chico a lot, it's CHICCOALOT. Chico a lot. Chico ganing, like it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. But right now, I mean, tonight I'm obviously doing something for my brother Melo. We're rocking here in Melville, Zouk, and then we have 2 shows in Pretoria. I don't know the specific shows.
Yes.
Right now I have to
But
check
on
my
the
calendar.
socials?
But if you check the socials,
Yeah,
we
it's on there.
definitely activated. Trust me. And then come on, guys. It's home. You got free tickets for everything. You
Oh,
just let me know.
come on now.
Let me know where you want to pull up. I got you.
We are within. We are within. Chico, it's been a pleasure having you on the show. Thank you so
for
much,
having
man.
me. I really appreciate
and
this,
before I let you go, I want a quick game of chance. Are the
Okay.
odds in your favor?
Alright, talk to me.
Black or red? One
Black
round.
or red,
Let's
black
go.
or red. Let's go black. Let's go
black.
Let's go black.
Show the viewers. Is it indeed black?
Yo, it's
It's black. The odds are in his favor. It's 4 p.m. Central African time. The Queen of Africa in business is coming up next. Tamin Kubeni from us, the Upsiders, and Chico. Bye-bye. Have a great weekend.
See.
SABC News. The African Perspective.
Top stories: Asawa, more tributes to the late South African ambassador to France, and police suspect a bear killed a man in Japan. Good afternoon, I'm Cholani Tulo Webe.